Entrees.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Welcome to another episode of Cigars and Whiskey, the podcast that discusses love, relationships, sex, dating from a male's perspective. I'm your guy, Ron Cole, and I'm joined by my guys, White Star GB.
I'm shaking.
We also have super producer Corey Cool in the building, Cool University.
What up, though?
And we have a guest in the house tonight. He's been on the show a couple times.
Yeah.
Few very good episodes. We got Holly in the building.
It's your boy. It's always your boy. It's Holly.
Mm.
What up, though?
Go.
Big shout out to everyone tuned in on YouTube. Please remember to share so we can get more people to tap into the conversation. We have a great show for you guys tonight. Tonight we are drinking Maker's Mark, Kentucky Straight Bourbon. All right.
Yeah.
All this time, I wasn't even sure what Maker's Mark was.
Yeah.
You know, had it a few times. This is shout out to KB. This is one of his favorites.
This reminds me of Donnell's bachelor party. Remember we had like 6 of these shits?
We did have a few.
Overseas,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
we
yeah,
had
yeah.
that
Yeah.
big table. And
Yeah.
we just had them just lined up.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we working on these shits.
Yeah, man. And tonight's show, we're drinking, like I said, Maker's Mark. Again, please share so we can get more people to tap into the conversation. All right. Normally I'll pass to the you, White Star GB, but we have a guest in the house tonight. Man. Shout out to our guy Holly. How you been, man?
I'm all right, man. I'm still recovering off my little work injury and just trying to make some things happen, put out some content, and just trying to live this life, man. Trying to live this hard life. I'm always busy. Like I've been home.
Yeah.
I've been home, like home.
Mm.
And it just doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. It's clockwork. Wake up in the morning, take care of the kids, come home, take care of business. Then gotta go back and get the kids. I've been cooking. Yo, it's been a real grind being home on injury.
Okay.
So you feel like it's more work being home?
Oh, hell yeah.
Really?
What? Yeah, no, for sure. Because my job, I get I try not to brag, but I get a lot of downtime in my job.
All right.
So I get most of my sleep at work.
Okay. I hear that.
So I don't sleep at home, but I get a lot of it done at work. But nah, it's way more work.
So when you're at work, who's doing what you do now? What you're doing now that you're home?
Well, so my shorty makes up for a lot of because she works from home basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You got that dynamic. All right.
Yeah, she works from home. So a lot of the footwork is on her. But when I come home, a lot of the, I where she puts in the extra for the footwork, dealing with the kids and stuff, I come home from work and try to keep up with the crib.
Yeah.
I try to, handle the cooking every once in a while when it needs to be done. But every day it's been that because I've been like, you sit back, I'll handle the kids because I'm not doing the getting up and going to work every day. So but it's been rough. It's been brutal.
Wow. Well, that's crazy. You say that. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So I'm sorry.
No.
I was gonna ask you about promote the podcast and how's things going with that, man.
Yeah, man. Nobody cares about Father's Day podcast. We're still working. We still working to get schedules together with Corey Cool. Shout out to my man Depp. So we hopefully we coming soon. We talking. But
you've been doing some good content though, minus that stuff.
Thank you. Yeah. I've been trying to keep the boat afloat.
Gotta stay active, man.
Yeah.
You're a free agent. That's why we snatching you up. Man, we're like, what Holly doing? You know what I mean? We're like, yo, get Holly over. You know what I mean?
I'm always happy to be here.
Yeah, man. We appreciate you, dog.
Absolutely.
Yo, I wanted to ask you about the working from home that your wife does. Because my wife works from home a couple of days. Is it productive? Like, you get a lot of work done?
No. It's hard. It's hard.
I didn't have that hard to say.
It's hard. It's difficult for her because it's like you wanna. She, especially with handling the kids and stuff like that, because it's like she handles kids. Yeah. When I'm at work on a normal day, when I'm at work and she's handling the kids, it's like she gets the kids to school. She comes home. She tries to get to work. You know, there's plenty of distractions when you're at home. You know, your favorite shows on, or you know, because especially with her, because she works from home she works 2 different jobs. She works 2-3 jobs, whatever. She's West Indian, so you know how West Indian. 3 jobs. So she has her own business, and then she also works at the same time. So, you know, when she's trying to juggle both, it's like once she makes time for one, then it's time to go back and get the kids.
Gotcha.
You know, so it's like I think it is, believe it or not, more productive when you got to go in the office and get.
Well, actually, not. You made the case that it's actually more. She's working 3 different jobs and could still be there for the kids.
But you were asking about you're asking about the job itself.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You were asking about productivity.
Well, I was talking about productivity for yourself in your life. I was asking that to actually give advice to, like, if there was like a young family, right, and then you know the woman worked from home. If she wanted to raise her kids before they got in, like if she wanted to avoid paying like daycare,
right?
And she thought that working from home and I could keep my kids, I could keep that money instead of sending them daycare. I could raise my kids and work from home. Yeah. Is that realistic?
It is, but you never have time for yourself.
Yeah, I think it's difficult.
You never have time for yourself.
Difficult.
Yeah, like it's difficult for her to make time to like get her hair done, get her nails done, you know, do all that stuff.
Got you.
Even with the fact that she can do her own hair, but because of the workload and then keeping up with the kids, and you know how kids are, because kids ain't just take them to school, pick them up from school. It's I got to make sure their homework is done. I got to make sure that their rooms are clean. I got to make sure they clean because, you know, hygiene habits. Absolutely. You know, when it comes to kids,
raising the kid is a 2-man sport. It's a 2-person sport.
Right.
What advice would you give to the husband in that role, where the wife is going to stay home, raise the kid? What advice would you give to that husband to try to give her time to?
Yeah, I would say you got to communicate. You gotta know where to meet halfway.
Right.
Definitely got to know where to meet halfway, because everything can't get done in 24 hours when you're dealing with that.
That's the problem, though. The communication, though.
Right. Yeah. Right. Especially because it depending on how you're handling your kids. As adults, we still want our freedoms. So it's like when I want to, if the man wants to go, if the man has, you know, wants to sit down and have a beer, watch TV for a second, you can't when your day is too busy.
Yeah.
When
but I always kind of feel like dads have a little bit more time, right? Like, we always got a little bit more time. We got time to get a haircut. We got time to go to the gym.
No, because
we be having a little extra time, though, right?
Dads choose to have that.
Oh, dads choose to have more time.
Choose to have that.
So there's never like a guilt that we have that time, that like maybe we could give them that time. Like, I don't know, like
that's men are absent-minded.
I don't even say they choose that time. I say they take it. Because
they take it. Yes, that's a better way to say it.
They take that time when it's not even permitted. You know
like, and that's the thing. Like,
I'm going to take a shit for 20 minutes.
That's where lack of
an hour.
For an hour.
That's where I spend most of my time on the shit. Right, I'm doodling on my phone. That's the only time I give time to scroll through my phone, listen to a podcast or something. That's taking a shit or a shower. Word. Yeah, but that's where the lack of communication comes from. Because if you taking that time, then you obviously not communicating with your partner to make sure that time that you're trying to take is balanced, basically.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go. Because men are not going to communicate the extra shit that they want to do,
right?
And the thing is, a lot of women, right, that have administrative jobs, they've come from the office and start to work at home, right? Not for nothing, a lot of Black men specifically, I think are, you got probably a lot that are executives, but you might have dudes that work in the field and do, physical work or whatever, this, that, and the third. So we can't work from home per se.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So
yeah.
when you out and you're out by yourself, it's like, all right, I'm going to take this time and do this, do that, whatever. I'm already out.
Right.
But when they're already home, they could wait for the kids to come home from school, get off the bus, or, put them on the bus or drive them to school because they're coming right back home or whatever. But we don't communicate the shit that we do because it's like, all right, you don't know I'm out. And you don't know if past my 8-hour or 10-hour shift, if I do some extra shit, how you gonna really know? Right. And then I think women, they assume you should know a lot of shit.
Yeah.
They assume like, well, I am doing all this stuff, right? I'm working a full-time job. I'm cooking dinner. I'm taking care of the kids and stuff like that. You should just know to jump in and help me out with some of this shit.
Right.
And I think that's where
there's a lack of communication.
It gets frustrating.
We should do a better job of demonstrating, like, just
no, we gotta know.
You gotta
like,
read minds. You gotta read minds a little more.
You gotta read.
It's not reading mind. We just gotta read between the lines. But like, yo, if you're running on your lunch break to go do this, and if you're taking a late lunch to pick them up off the bus and doing all that, you don't have any time.
Nobody ever said nothing. Nobody ever. Okay, when I say, all right, let me explain what I'm saying.
Listen,
when I say,
I'm team boy.
This is what I'm trying to say.
We be willfully dumb a little bit too. Absolutely. We know that they're the primary caregiver in the house, so we know that we're gonna kind of like
take
dance. We play dumb when it's convenient too.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, no. Is there any advice to young dudes in this situation to like?
This is what I'm about. Okay, nobody ever said nothing. Right, from like the 1940s, 50s, 60s, when a dude will work and he could just come home and sit on his lazy boy chair, eat his dinner in front of the TV,
make America great again.
He rubbed the kids on the head and just fucking like, yo, all right, kids, get out of here.
The kids will bring them the pipe.
Exactly. And it's like, husband,
pipe, man, little nigga.
Father, you don't got to do nothing. You just could sit there in your chair and get ready for work for the next day, eat your dinner, and be good.
Let's go.
Right?
Let's go.
Now, nobody sent them in a memo like, nah, it's not that time no more.
That's not the way it goes.
Because the women are doing all that other shit that they were doing domestically, and they're working.
And now they're with you.
Yeah.
So it's like, nah,
we gotta pick up the slack.
We gotta split this. We gotta split these other dudes.
Well, we watch sports like, yo, when Jordan, the flu game, Scotty had to step up a little bit. Like, yo, if someone's slacking, it's teamwork. Yo, you gotta pick up.
You said
the
there's
slack.
willful ignorance, right?
Yeah,
and that's what we're trying to act like we don't know, like we still back in the day. It's not like that.
Well, if you want to win that ship, if you want to keep the family going, if you want to keep everybody's mental health on the up and narrow, which it is our job at the end of the day, their job, they're the primary caregiver of the kids. We're the primary caregiver of the family. Like, we got to make sure that the family's straight. So if we feel like, yo, you know what, I'm leaning a little too much on you, listen, I see all of y'all on the dance school rotation. We all on Fridays, we all Saturdays, we all back and forth. We all drive them. We all drive them. We take a little.
They don't like, yo. This is the thing.
We all drive them to dance.
When you're in a relationship with somebody, right? And you start to see people do shit with ease, it's easy to take them for granted.
No, it's not. It's
what?
Not. Nah, it's not. You should feel guilty.
All
honestly.
Right. If your wife has something to do and then you take your daughter to dance, that's one thing. She might appreciate it. But once you're doing it all the time, you're like, all right, nigga, what you want, a fucking trophy for that?
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? You take it to dance. It's your shit.
No credit for it. We ain't getting no credit
it's your daughter too. You ain't getting no. Like,
we ain't getting no credit for that shit.
Yeah, we're not getting credit for stuff like
but that little free time, yo, go to the gym, go get your hair done, go get your nails done. We can do a little better job freeing up time for them.
All right, GB, you're right.
Do what they need to do.
We definitely should. It's just you know, I need to go to the barbershop too.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my 2K nigga to 99. Nigga.
All right. Let me just play devil's advocate for a little bit. Like,
please,
how much do we really do extra that we need to extra time more than the woman does?
Not the same.
That way?
Yeah, I'm just
No,
asking.
we got shit to do, nigga. We got shit. Don't ask them questions,
No,
nigga.
you know what
We
it
asking
is?
dumb
No.
questions now. That's crazy
Because
shit.
I'm just gonna be straight up
We got
honest,
shit to
right?
do, nigga.
A lot of the shit that they do, I don't want to do.
That's
Right?
true.
I don't want to do it. That's the reason why. So when I have to do it, it's like, you know what I mean? Like,
Nigga, if I had like a drone following my wife, she'd be in the supermarket hitting
Listen,
cantaloupes.
man.
Like, yeah, I mean, like, yo, go, yeah, you like doing that shit, man.
Yo, I
Cool.
mean, listen, the hair and nails, that's their version of like you know, what do you call it?
Self-care.
Self-care.
Absolutely.
You know, we got our own version of self-care. Sometimes it is just sitting down having a drink after
Absolutely.
day. Sometimes it's going in the bathroom beating your meat for a minute.
Talk about it.
I need that time.
Booty talk.
I need that time.
yeah.
You know, I mean, granted, it's 2.5 minutes, but still, I need that 2.5 minutes. Don't take that away from me because you need more time to get your hair done.
Yo, you know what? The advice I would give to a young couple is,
We all still young couples, though.
yeah, a younger couple, right? That's probably just starting off, and you're like kind of cohabitating, and you like sharing responsibilities and shit.
Yeah.
Is have you might feel like it's a difficult conversation. Just have it early, then have it like after somebody's like overwhelmed with shit.
Damn
you know what I mean?
right.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, just say, yo, I need you to do this, that, and the third. Like,
yeah,
I need help.
It took years.
Women
for me to
should
fucking figure that
delegate.
out.
Men should step up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think that's the easiest way.
Proactive.
But-
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
but-
about being proactive. 'Cause
Women do have a tendency to feel like you should know.
You should know.
You should know.
Right. Yeah, but that's the
What?
Get
See, this-
but
this is the conversation, because it's like, as men, we know that we got to be a little more proactive, but as women, y'all got to step it up. Y'all got to talk. Y'all got to speak on it.
Yeah.
Y'all can't just think that we just read your mind and we just know when to jump in, because sometimes it ain't always like that, because traditionally we want to come home, have our
Don't
drinks.
micromanage.
Right.
If you tell us to do something, let us do it.
Oh,
I
Oh,
think
yeah,
that'd be
that's
turning
true.
niggas
That's true.
fuck
What?
off.
That's true.
That'd be the killer right there.
What?
That'd be grand opening, grand
Yeah,
closing.
Yeah, that's
what?
true.
Like, I'm like, huh?
That's a good
I'm like,
point.
yo, when I do it like this. I'm like, all right, then you do it then. Like, if I'm doing it, this is the way I'm doing
don't
it.
do that.
The-
My
pet
sisters,
peeve-
please.
My pet peeve in that shit is when I'm cooking,
Yeah.
and she comes in the kitchen, is like, why you using that?
Oh shit.
You gonna put all that in there?
She
Yeah.
totally disregards the
should-
fact that you're taking over the duty for cooking that night,
Yeah,
right?
yo,
That's wild.
I'm doing the
Wow.
cooking. Let me cook
Yeah.
my food the way I cook it.
Word.
And that's the
You're the kids like it better the way I make it anyway,
Right.
for a
Took that
dude.
shit.
For a dude, I would tell a dude, you do have to do a little bit of mind reading.
Yeah.
And if you could step in and you see where you could fit in here and there, help out,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And I would say to women, right? If you see a dude doing some extras, helping out with stuff,
Mm.
just take the help.
Yeah.
Don't micromanage. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because
Right,
now,
right.
later on down the line, when he don't want to do it, because the way you want to micromanage him,
Right.
then it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So I would say, yo, say when you need help, but men also have to do some mind reading. But then also on top of that, when the dude is stepping in, do not let him just do it his way.
Yeah.
Yes.
If he's doing some laundry, oh, I folded like this. Nah, just let him do it,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
If he not fucking nothing up, like he not bleaching colors and all that other stuff like that, just let
Right.
him do it. If he
Right.
wanted to cook the spaghetti a little different than you did, just let him do
Yeah,
it,
if
right?
you want to put a little extra sugar in the spaghetti,
Ooh.
Yo,
do it.
you mop and you use bleach and he use Fabuloso, yo, just let him do it. It's gonna,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all.
As long as he's not using the toilet bowl for mop water. Like, yo, there's mad water in this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, salute.
Yeah.
Nah, that's what's up, man. I got a couple of notes, yo. We was going for like 2 weeks, so I just took a couple of notes. Quick notes.
Yeah.
Little Yachty was on the podcast. He said BLM is a scam. Any takes on that? Anybody got any?
I thought that was already confirmed.
Is it
Yeah.
confirmed?
I
Like,
believe it's confirmed.
So, first of all, Lil Yachty's still a thing. That's still a thing.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
that's part of
he's
the
making
whole-
moves in podcasting.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That's part of the whole
quit.
allure.
see.
Thought he quit.
It's a little bit of the.
he quit podcasting.
Thought he quit.
Oh, okay.
No, he was on a podcast, but it's a little bit of what does Ja Rule think of a time like this aspect.
Where's Ja?
Yeah.
BLM being a scam, I don't. It's like, I don't know, man. Like you start a business.
It's not a business. It's a
That's
a business, but it's a
crazy
nonprofit.
But
Business is a crazy word.
I mean, is a nonprofit not a business?
It really shouldn't be.
I know it
Oh,
falls
man.
on the line of certain,
Well,
the way you
all
handle
right.
your taxes and stuff.
I don't.
like that,
I don't think. Okay, because you don't really. I guess you do. They sell shirts and stuff like that,
Yeah.
or they
Merch.
mainly collect donations, or they like like. I think it's different. I guess you could say they're business entities,
Yeah.
right? But it's not necessarily like a business where it's like we have a product or a service and we generate revenue, and then you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's more or less like we get grants, we get donations, we get things like that, we get support, but it's not necessarily like you understand what I'm saying?
Well, what would it
When I
turn?
was
Why
naive-
did he say why he felt like it was a scam?
He didn't really like get into it. He just was like,
So he just
kind of
blabbing
thought
his
like
mouth.
it
All
was
right,
a
well,
scam. Like it was just, I
well,
thought
that's-
like everybody just thought that it was a scam. Like
that's the thing.
That's that's the presumption now when everything is said and done with.
Now Black Lives Matter, we all know, their movement, the Black Lives Matter movements, the marches, the protests, we see that it led to certain things, to
Right.
certain positive things, like certain rights were enacted and things like that. So it's like it wasn't if I start something that's going to influence several changes, basically societal changes, and influence people and help communities and things like that. Yeah, eventually I want to see some bread from that shit. I understand, like one of the chicks went and bought a mansion off of that shit.
A
But it's
couple.
like,
Yeah.
but it's
A couple
like,
of mentions.
couple of mentions.
but who knows where it, but who knows where that money really came from? It's
But
like,
when I heard
it's
when
like
I used
if I start a movement, I'm still working my 9 to 5. If I start a nonprofit, I still got to make money somehow. So
Right.
who knows if that person just had good real estate investments.
But when you hear nonprofit, I used to think nonprofit used to be like, okay, the goal of this business was to make money, but not spend money, like make money and contribute the excess earnings to whatever that they were trying to help. Like they were just trying to break even and then everything else, but they just
not necessarily
gave themselves absorbative.
No. Okay, so I would say a nonprofit is you have a plight, you have a mission,
Right.
and your mission is not profit based because there's no money in activism really like that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, there is.
It shouldn't
Yeah.
be any
Yeah,
money in activism.
I think there should be.
It's exploitive.
I think there should be money activism. If
Mm.
you are the one, like why should Martin Luther King have been making money off of the things that he was doing? It literally led to a civil rights what you call it? Not the movement, not just the movement. It led to an order, like an executive order. Like the laws changed because of him. Why shouldn't he have gotten paid for that?
But then it muddies the water if you know that you're there. Like there's a point of it being pious because it's not really supposed to be for profit, because that's what makes it kind of
But
like
wait,
pure.
GB, I think that's okay to a degree.
It's okay for what?
Because if a person is going to work hard to make things right for you, I do think that monetarily they should make something to
see something from that.
Yeah, to keep them. Because okay, let's like
literally pastors.
Wait, no. Does your
example, bro?
No,
listen,
bro.
Yo, Jesus is free. Why are pastors getting paid to give Jesus, to service Jesus to people. I shouldn't.
No, so you saying it's not right?
Ron,
No. I'm not saying it's not right. I'm saying if it's happening, then it should happen for activists too. If pastors could get
it
paid.
does your
It
governor
should
get
happen.
paid? Does your governor get paid? Does your governor get paid?
A salary.
Yeah.
Does your
salary.
mayor get paid?
A salary.
Yeah.
Yes.
Does a lot of your government gets paid?
Yeah.
So
No.
But they're not allowed to get paid from anybody. They're not allowed to be swayed in a different direction.
well,
That's the problem when you introduce money.
no, because
into certain
no,
situations.
there's
Now
there's
you can sway people for
my
your
nigga,
influence.
there's no no, but see, I understand. But
They get paid. They get paid. They do get paid, right? They get paid for the work that they do, right? But the organization itself is not a for-profit. It's not to make money.
No, I don't
because
understand that. That's what I
don't
because there's no infrastructure set up for people fighting for your rights to be paid.
People
Right.
at nonprofits get paid a salary. They don't work. It's not a bunch of people working for free. Every people get salaries, right? But the mission of the entire organization is not to make money because
it's not the profit.
No, I'm not
It's
saying
the
that,
profit.
bro. I'm
It's
not saying
the
that.
profit off of that organization.
like
Granted,
Martin Luther. Let me say this: Martin Luther King, right? The organization gives him a place to live.
right?
Get some. Let's say if he needed plane tickets to go somewhere,
Yeah.
he need lodging. They're gonna pay for all that. Everything is on the organization's dime.
So he should get a regular job.
They should have beefed up his security.
So you're saying no wait. So you're saying Martin Luther King should have just had a regular job.
No, I'm not saying that.
So then how's he supposed to eat?
He's eating.
Didn't he have a regular job? Didn't he like do speaking engagements and stuff like that? That's how I
That's
thought
what
he
I'm
had.
saying.
Some people can. Yeah, you can do speaking engagements. Yes, you can do that.
So yes, he should. So basically, you're saying no, he should not
It
get
should
paid.
be for the love.
All right.
That's why we take the day off
Nah,
for the
no,
love.
That's why you don't have none now.
Okay, no.
Ain't
Okay,
You ain't got nobody now.
Let me
Ain't nothing free
let me
out here.
distinguish the difference, right? If somebody gets shot, right, and wrongfully killed, that activist is not like, yo, all right, you gonna go down there and speak for them and do activism down there? We'll give you $10,000. Nah, you shouldn't get paid for that. No. Now, if you hold on, let me finish. So, all right, now the organization will pay for your flight, you'll pay for your hotel, whatever, this, that, and the third. Now, if somebody they have a graduation and they want you to give their commencement speech, yes, you can get paid from that. That's some for hire type of stuff, right? But the same way I feel like a preacher or a pastor, all right, everybody needs food, shelter, they need to get lodging when they are traveling and things like that. Yes, the organization pays for that, right?
Yeah.
But the organization itself cannot be for profit. The reason being because you can sway decisions in any way because if somebody pays more money. You understand what I'm saying? If the play is to help black people or progress black people or black violence against one organization, right?
Right.
And
That's like saying cops shouldn't be paid or something like that.
It's like no, but you know
Right?
it's even
I'm
worse.
not
That's
saying-
like
You know
cops
what's even
shouldn't
worse? To go
make
to
money.
your example, if somebody gets shot, wrongfully killed,
Cops get paid. for that.
who actually does run there to go get paid? Lawyers.
Yeah.
Right.
Out to Ben
So
Crump.
so if lawyers can do that, then activists should be able to too. Now as well.
all right,
but-
use Ben
but-
Crump as use Ben Crump as an example, right?
Right.
He uses activism to probably get paid
To
cases as a lawyer.
Right.
You understand what I'm
That's-
saying?
Right. That's a hustle
right.
though. That's
Yeah,
It
that's
could be a
hustlenomics.
right? It could be a hustle, but we remember the original conversation. We're talking about Black Lives Matter.
now so that's where I was getting to. Now put it this way. The movement wasn't started to profit from. It's just that as it got bigger and more people started donating
You
to
don't
it,
know that.
it's like, yeah, I should get paid at this point. It's like a podcast. You put out enough content, eventually you feel like I should get paid for doing this. It's the same thing. The same thing if you start a movement that goes global. It didn't just go nationwide. It went global.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, if enough people are donating, I should be seeing a profit from this because now I'm putting more of my time and effort into creating this for people, and if I'm not getting anything back from it, then what am I doing it for?
All right.
And it's not
Well,
not
you should
saying
be doing it for a livable wage too. Could bring it back.
They
to,
don't do it for
to,
they don't do it for
religion.
free.
but
Yeah.
To bring it back to religion. When I was coming up, I used to go to Catholic school.
right.
All the priests used to be up in like a little crib. All them niggas was up there. Like they ain't really have. You ain't see no Maybachs or no Mercedes outside.
Nah, because they
I get that.
I get
they
that.
take a vow of like they take a vow of
they were
poverty or
serving
something like
God.
that.
You know what I mean? So if you're serving what you're, I really think and thought that when people start an organization, they're really devoting their life. Because there are people out there who do devote their lives to organization. I'm not gonna say maybe you shouldn't live modestly. Like yeah, if your organization takes off, you should live comfortably, maybe above comfortably. But when you have multiple properties in multiple different places, multiple
The reason
when the
all
money
that sounds
when you're
like to
putting-
me is somebody got some money and was smart with their money and knew how to handle it. And we talk about
because they hustle
the
niggas.
people.
Well, that's what
No,
this
no,
is.
no.
People
Okay,
started
wait,
Black
no.
Lives Matter.
Okay, y'all forgetting about one thing. You're forgetting about one thing. There's taxes.
Right.
You get mad advantages from having a nonprofit. You don't get taxed.
That's great.
So how you
Same
gonna
thing-
wait,
same
wait,
thing with being a pastor.
hold on.
Same
Right?
thing like being a pastor.
All right.
You know what I found out?
You can't
Jews-
get
Jews-
millions of dollars and not get no taxes on it and just keep it and just be like, yo, I'm gonna
No,
spend it on what I want to.
But that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying now listen.
Get the camera
from-
on him. We talking that Jewish shit,
We would talk.
all right? Get the camera.
I ain't
It's a
about to
Jewish
do
network
Elon
over
Musk.
here.
So so here's what I'm saying. Like I'm not saying that these people that started the movement took all of the funding from the from donors and stuff and turned it into their own money. I'm saying, and my perspective on it is that they took a profit from what they were servicing and then multiplied on it, like especially because they were lesbians. They ain't got no kids.
Niggas on the run eating.
Yeah, they
Literally. Cool. Literally.
when you ain't got when you live in that lifestyle when you not making kids, you got money. You making money. You holding on to money. So they take.
It's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be
No,
like
no.
It's supposed to be. I don't have kids.
Serve the people, yo.
I
Come on, nigga.
the
Have your
organization is supposed to serve the people.
mattress.
I don't have a kid. I don't need a mansion. I could live in a condo. I could live in a 1-2 bedroom apartment.
Nah,
And
or
I
I can buy properties and own properties. Why not?
How? You can't do that with the organization's money.
Not
if
with
the
but
organization is to.
But they never proved that it was the organization's money that she was buying properties with. They just know that it was that person.
They know that.
They know
No,
that.
they
it
know
was-
that.
There you go.
Nah, but it hasn't been
You
proven.
still got him, I think.
It hasn't been proven.
What?
It's like, listen, but
You sure?
But
I'm not sure.
literally, like again, pastors do it too. You know, again, back to what I was saying about the
Pastors that
about
do
the
it. All right.
about the tax free because you know what Jews do. What I found out, you ever drive through like Woodmere and those places over there,
Mhm.
and these motherfuckers, you see small house, big ass mansion,
Right.
Mhm.
small house, big ass mansion.
Mhm.
Right.
These niggas, they claim to be rabbis. And once you claim to be, which I'm going to Jewish school now, I just enrolled. I'm going to Jewish school now to be a rabbi.
Shout out
Once
to
you
you.
claim to be a rabbi, your property is tax free.
Oh.
That's why the niggas can take the money. They save all that tax money and build these big ass mansions in fucking Queens and in areas in Queens and fucking these little areas in Long Island.
Send me the
going
link
towards-
for the school, yo.
Yeah, no, yeah, I got you.
We on.
I just
They're gonna be like, you
I
bringing
just
all these
enrolled.
niggas to the school.
Yo,
I've
come on.
been brushing up on my Hebrew.
Yeah, shalom, man.
Slut.
Was it Manny Chevy?
Yeah, man, it's Chevy. My Jew.
Yo, I got one,
Seven.
man. All right. I got.
So
I
it's
got
like
two more.
there's just ways to get around it. Everybody's got to find a way in this capitalist.
I mean, this country's gonna get around you if they can.
right.
Yeah,
And you can't keep devoting your time to activism without
And-
seeing nothing back from it. And then once somebody said, once you
supposed to be
see-
a man. You're
once
supposed to be of the
once you
people,
like, I'm
though.
gonna take this money here that I feel like I should have and flip it. Then everybody's like, oh no, you're just
But you talking like a capitalist or somebody that's dealing in free enterprise. everybody is not about bread like that, right?
But lesbians are. The gay community definitely is.
All right.
Shout out to
so
shout out
Damn
to
right
the
they are.
LGBTs.
let's distinguish
Strapped
for money,
distinguish right between real activism and
Then they'll get me
the
in trouble.
grifters.
He's definitely gonna get you in trouble tonight.
We got to distinguish between the grifters and the real activists.
Right.
Right. We got new age activism, right, which I feel like is you got the Instagram social media activists, who I think are like really fugazi, and they're just like, all right, they're the new age. I hate to say it, they're like the new age. What's my man name? Reverend Al Sharpton. Right?
Yeah, ambulance chasers.
And it's more or less for the bread. And you got to understand, if you look at who financed a lot of these organizations like BLM, you got like Soros and these big billionaires or whatever, white guys.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to push an agenda, like an ideology,
right,
and act like it's certain things or whatever. But they pushed this one forward because they knew it wasn't going to do much, right? How does an organization that was that big just it don't even really exist no more?
No, just this week they tore up the BLM walk in
but everything
it literally lasted like 3-4 years.
Yeah, major sponsorship.
But to be honest, think about it. So did the civil rights movement. Civil rights movement didn't last long.
Yeah,
sure did it. Sure did it.
That's why
it didn't last long.
It's the new way,
They murked them, but then they still got the law changed. The laws changed, and after the laws changed, it died out. There was no more protests. No more movements.
This is how you know the difference, right? Back then, they had to kill these niggas, right?
Yeah.
And now all they got to do is pay
them off. Yeah.
That's the difference these days. Because these niggas not really real, right? Because they're like, yo, they could come in saying, yo, fight the power.
Yeah.
Then they be like, yeah, we got $1 million for you.
Right.
Shut the fuck up. All right, give me that.
Yeah.
Give me that bread. I'll shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So Holly, I'm gonna let you put the cherry on it. BLM with the scam? Yeah, yes or no?
I don't think it was a scam.
I don't think so.
I think it did a lot. I think it did a lot, especially at the time. It was very much needed. If there wasn't a Black Lives Matter, then stuff like the George Floyd Act that was signed, and there would be a lot less awareness to innocent people being killed by overt police brutality. Like they raise a lot of awareness for things for us as Black people to be able to take and deal with as a community. Whether we do it or not, it's up to us. But I think it was necessary, and I think it wasn't a scam, and I think the people who started it should see something from it. And if you are a lesbian who's smart with your money, and you want to flip, you want to invest in real estate, be my guest. You put in the work to do so. I think if you putting in the work, you should see something from it. Whether it starts as a nonprofit and you end up rich from that shit. Yeah, I think everybody's do a get back from their service. What do you call it? A return on investment.
Yeah.
Whether and it doesn't have to be money, as if you invest in time in it, you should get an ROI for sure. And I think Lil Yachty is just a dumbass who just wants to say something to get some kind of, to get us talking about it.
Ja Rule think at a time like this, man.
What's Ja Rule think at a time like this?
Right.
That was my week, Ron.
Where's Ja?
My week was cool, bro. Shit. Just happy to get back to it, man. That's all.
Back to it, man.
Yeah,
man.
All right. Big shout out to everyone tuned in on YouTube. Please remember to share so we can get more people to tap into the conversation. Tonight we're drinking Maker's Mark, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. This one is a sort of like a staple in the whiskey community. Yeah, I mean, like this is. They got a few different other. They got a few other versions of this or whatever. As many times as I drunk Maker's Mark, I wasn't sure if it, what kind of whiskey it was. To be honest with you, I never even paid attention. It's just there.
I just want to give. I want to give let me give a quick shout out to. Just want to give a quick shout out to my guy Rob Rush over there at Connoisseur 94.3 The Shark. That's his drink right there, man. Me and my guy, you know, he put me onto a lot of game in the world of radio. And every time I see Maker's Mark, you know what I'm saying, I just think about my guy Rob Rush, man. Shout out, man. Peace.
Yep. We talking about 45 ABV, 90 proof. How much is a bottle of Maker's Mark?
This bottle's about $40.
$40 for a 750.
Very heavy.
Oh, this is a liter. This is a liter bottle.
Yeah. That's big. That's a lot. That can get the
man.
party going.
Yeah, man. If you had Maker's Mark, you know it's a good, very, very good whiskey.
Sturdy, very sturdy.
Traditional notes, caramel, a little bit of corn here or there. Like, you know, nice joint, whatever.
That's a sturdy, very, very a staple.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right, so we'll just let it marinate, and we'll come back to you. We'll talk about it again, see how it fares. All right, so let's jump right into the show. You want to start? You want to start with the Mackie?
Yeah. Let's start with that.
I thought we were gonna do that prior to, but we ran.
Mackie, we're talking about Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie. He was on the Pivot podcast the other day, and he talked about a few different things, and I thought it was pretty good interview.
Yeah.
Very expressive guy. I get nervous for him because I feel like he might be a little bit too real for the, you know, to be out there as big of a star that he is.
Yeah.
At this point, like when you start doing those Marvel movies and all that, it's like, yo, you kind of you might have to curb what you say on public platforms. But he was speaking about masculinity in the new age, new this day and age.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's run.
He's humble. Like my boys have never had a pair of Jordans. You know, my boys don't do all that internet fly shit. I'm like your kids. And no, I don't give a I could be the biggest star in the world. Do not let me catch you being stupid. And my oldest gets it. My 15-year-old, he tells the other ones, he's like, yo, don't make dad mad. Because once you get one that's right, he gonna straighten the other ones out. So it's just that thing of, you know.
Can we pause it? Like, do we have to?
Yeah.
20 years.
Can you pause that? Cool.
Yo, that nigga is full of shit. Yo, that Black and Mild voice. First of all, what voice is that? Like he talks like that? You ever heard that, like that rasping in the voice? Nigga sound like he smoked Black and Miles. And yo, and what's this? Don't make dad mad shit. Like, what is that? Like, that's a thing. Like in people's houses. Like, don't make dad mad. Like, we the Incredible Hulk in the house. Like,
don't feed the bear. He's gonna
I don't know.
attack
You don't it can
poke the
seem
bear.
like I'm
Don't poke
tired
the
of these
bear.
niggas, man.
Really?
Yeah, we can keep it going, but
wait,
yo.
But wait, what do you mean though? By don't make dad mad? Like,
No, he just said that.
I know,
He was
I'm
like,
saying,
yo,
like, what-
his boys, he got his boys in check in the house.
yeah,
He never bought his kids a pair of Jordans. So they wear Balenciagas. Like, what are we talking about?
yeah,
Where does Anthony Mackie live that his kids don't wear Jordans? Like, what is his kids going to school in?
yeah.
What is his kids hooping in?
That's a good point. That is a good point because it's like you, Anthony Mackie.
Where do you live? Like, you don't live.
Like,
Like, what the fuck? What's happening here?
what are you? Like,
Maybe he's
they
trying,
may not be
trying
wearing,
to take his
even if they're not wearing Jordans, you making up.
So
for
like Jordans is bad now? Like Jordans is a bad thing to give your kids?
But they
It's
drive
a
they drive
$200-$300 sneaker.
They first cars had to be Mercedes and shit like that. Like
Yo, bro, it sounds like he's trying to keep his kids grounded.
I get that, and I don't disagree with that. But it's like if you're not buying them Jordans, your kids are going to school as Anthony Mackie's sons. You making up for it somehow. It's not like
Right, because you know,
you're compensating for it in another way.
and
if they
also
not
too,
wearing
let me ask you a
Jordans.
question. You know, Holly, you've got kids who are like well, grown,
Yeah,
but then you also have like that next level, right? About to be grown.
yeah.
If they ask you, right, at this point, like you don't, how do you tell them no? Like, how do you deny them the things that?
I can't tell them no because their mother's gonna.
Right.
She's gonna buy the shit.
Facts.
If I say no, then she's gonna.
Hey, like nigga bring like what's he raising bum ass niggas? But they got wearing Reeboks?
See, but
Like,
yeah,
what
but
we
see,
talking about?
54
Nigga, you
What,
Anthony
you see,
Mackie,
that's what I'm
nigga?
saying. But that's my point. So it's like I'm saying, you saying you're not buying your kids Jordan because you're trying to humble them and whatnot, but your kids are going to school as Anthony Mackie's kids.
Okay,
You're making up for it some other way.
Chances are, is they go to a school where there are other actors and other celebrities' kids.
Right.
It might be a private school.
Balenciagas,
Exactly.
Gucci's, and
Exactly.
They might wear a uniform.
Exactly.
might be
Yeah,
uniform.
with the sneakers.
Right.
Trust me.
Right.
Yo,
No, listen.
I interviewed at my daughter's new school. The first thing I lasered in on was the footwear.
Right.
Like
Yo.
the school that she in now, the footwear is very humble. But that new, like, my stock X cart is already filled up. Like I already got the color. Like, nah, we got to get her right in there. I seen a little pair of Balenciagas in there.
Yeah.
I seen some Jordan 1s.
So based on that, you ready to just?
I gotta have my daughter
Gotta
ready
have her
for
right.
school,
Kid
dog.
can't
Like,
not
come
be
on, I
right.
ain't got no, come on, I ain't no
Now,
bum ass
believe
kids,
me.
man.
Yo, Ron, I'm with you. I'm with you.
talking about,
all
nigga.
right.
I'm with you
All
on
right.
this.
My stock
I'm
X
with you
cart
on this.
is ready.
But when I was in
Come on,
school, I went to
I'm with
private school. We had to wear button-ups, ties, and shoes.
Right.
My son goes to private school now. He wears polos, slacks, and Jordans. They all wear Jordans.
Yeah.
If you're wearing anything less than a Jordan, you're poor.
You feel me?
Just not it.
My son goes to school with Carmelo Anthony's son.
Shout out to Luha.
There's no slacking.
Yeah,
You can't slack. You can't slack.
So my point is, would
Yeah,
you take this opportunity, right, like he did, to humble your son in this particular situation?
I want to, but again, I can't because Shorty's just gonna buy in the shit that he wants.
I feel like as black people,
It's
we'll
definitely-
get embarrassed
it's
by
It's definitely some nigga
our
shit.
kids. Like we think it's an indictment on us
Yeah.
if we don't have our kids like the other kids.
Okay, so
No.
so wait, hold on, wait. Let
We
me
feel like it's a indictment
You
on-
just said
let me
what
stop
I just
it.
said.
Let me
bro.
jump in.
No.
You're right.
I'll let Cool
Yeah,
break
let me
down
jump
that
in
stuff
because you know what, Ron, you're absolutely positively right.
Yeah.
So my daughter attends a school that I used to work in. I'm pretty well known
Mhm.
in the as far as the neighborhood goes, as far as all of the age groups. Now, my daughter, my wife had a pair of Air Force Ones, white low tops that she wore one time to a festival, and they got like a little minor scuff on them. And my daughter picked them up and started rocking them, rocked them in the ground.
Wait, she could wear the same size?
Yes, my daughter is now officially the same size as
That's
my wife.
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, Kinsey Mag is definitely, one of those ones.
Yeah.
So she grabbed these kicks. Well, I passed them to her on a one day, and then she just never let them go. And she loves these sneakers because they slip on easy. You know what I mean? She got them the way she wants them.
Yeah.
But these Air Forces now are destroyed in the ground.
Right.
My daughter continuously attempts to grab these sneakers, and I'm like, ain't no way. Like, you cannot wear those.
Right.
And she's like, well, why? They're like my comfortable shoes. I'm like, nope, those are for kickball or whatever, outside activities in the backyard.
Right.
No, I cannot have her go to school looking dirty, like dirty shoes or whatever, dirty clothes.
Though.
She got stains on her clothes or whatever. And now listen, that shouldn't be an indictment on what I think her intelligence level should be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think there's a difference between saying, all right, you can't wear those beat up sneakers, then you can't wear.
Ron.
No.
Culture.
Come on, no.
It's
not
culture.
When you like,
But it's a
Everybody
part.
got their
It's
culture.
part of our
It's
culture a
culture.
little bit.
no,
You can act. I'll
Okay.
call my daughter
No,
right
no.
now. She like, yo, what's daddy number one rule? She gonna be like, yo,
Yeah,
I can't wear
Dirty
Adidas.
shoes.
No,
yeah.
I can't wear Adidas socks, or I can't cross brands over.
Yeah.
I can't wear Adidas
Okay.
with Nike.
But wait, let me
I can't wear New Balance with Nike.
let me put Ron in the hot
Adidas
seat.
socks for Adidas. She got Nike socks for Nike.
Yeah.
She got New Balance socks for New Balance. You just can't. It's certain things that you teach your kids to keep the culture.
Wait, hold on.
going.
Wait, Ron.
It's
Let me
not like-
let me put the light on Ron for a second.
Right.
Okay, Ron. Okay, for instance, for you, like, I'm not. I really don't want to put you out there, but your kids wear uniforms as well,
Mhm.
right? I'm sure there's a line that you're like, hold on, like, you're not gonna go out to school wearing. It may not be like a name brand per se, right? But there's a certain level of what the clothes are supposed to look like when they walk out the door. Correct? You're not letting them just grab any shoe and walk out the door.
They have to look neat, yes, and
that's culture.
no, that's not necessarily culture. It's of just dressing like.
It's how you grew up, dog. You knew.
Yo.
No.
We're
No.
Yeah, you the worst. Yeah, nigga.
No.
Don't become brand new now.
No. Okay,
Don't do that now.
Hold on. Please hold on.
Don't
Not
act like
you,
that.
not
We're
Act
talking
like you was a
about
bum nigga. Like,
no.
Don't act like that.
We're talking
Nah,
about.
brand new now.
We no.
Sure did, right? Yeah, bad brand new nigga. Nigga.
No.
Hold
on. Hold.
You would have liked that.
Hold on. What I'm saying is that when it comes down to like you have to wear these sneakers or you got to wear these particular brands or like yo all the other kids got this so you got to get that too. Nah.
All right, but
Yeah.
like I
You
said,
go left.
I know there's shoes and everything like that.
No, I'm not gonna buy my kids Skips. No, I'm not gonna be like if they had, I'm not doing that. But I'm not.
So
I'm
you
like,
classic.
thing.
yo,
Same thing. I see him, little man, with the J's. Stop it.
GB sitting here talking about Balenciagas and shit like that. Like,
Yo, no, but it's real though. These kids are really
They
wearing
definitely
Balenciagas and shit
They
like that.
wearing
It's
the
not,
runners.
it's not
Bro,
a lot
They
of.
got the runners too.
I'm
It's
not
not a lot
buying Balenciagas for fifth graders.
Nah,
I'm
no.
not doing that, bro.
Nah, we're
That's
not talking.
crazy
We're
to
not
me.
talking fifth grade. We're not talking fifth grade. We're more talking about like 8, 9, 8,
Yeah, eighth grade, ninth grade. Yes, sir. Here we are.
Yeah.
When your foot stops growing, then you can start asking for designer.
Yo, I feel the same way, but I had to accept the fact that that's life. That's just life because at this point, your kid will come home with self-conscious issues because all the other kids got
But why
this one thing.
does your kid feel like
Ron.
their
Because
self-esteem
social-
is validated
because-
based on their
because-
dressing?
Ron, but
Because
whoa, whoa, whoa,
social
whoa.
life.
So
this
culture,
social life
culture.
makes
All
you
right,
feel
culture.
that way. Their social
If
life
this-
makes
if
them
thi-
feel that way.
All right, I okay.
As ours did.
It's
Right.
as ours did because Ron,
Well,
listen. Okay, hold on. Jordans were that for us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Like, we could have wore
Bro.
Hold on. We could have wore
Go ahead.
Bows. We could
I
have
got
wore
you. I got you.
Dion's and
Yeah.
all of the cross trainers and
Yeah.
shit like that. We
Sanders.
could have wore all them shits. But eventually
Core.
you had to put a pair of J's on. You knew
Yeah.
what it
Core.
was.
Let me ask you this though.
And you had them.
Hold on.
You
This
might have
is
worked
what
for 'em, but you had 'em.
I get it. Was Jordan playing when you was wearing Jordans?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is he playing now?
No, but okay. So
This is what I'm trying to say.
come on,
Uh,
Huggy.
What I'm trying to say is that we idolize. All right, if I'm there and I idolize somebody and I'm watching them play every day, yeah, I want a sneaker, right?
Yeah.
These niggas just want it because they have to have it, and culture
It's
culture
culture.
tells them
It's
they have to
culture.
have it,
It's culture.
not because
Okay.
It's that
like
culture, man.
So
we wanted
I don't-
Jordans because we love Jordan. Jordan was the best basketball player on the planet.
that's
No,
a
we
fact.
had eyes. Them shits hit. They were hard. Yo, I remember
No.
third grade, yo. I remember in third grade. This is my villain origin story, yo. Third grade, yo. Jordan 3s came out. Yo, shout out to Ramel. Yo, he had the Jordan 3s, cement 3s.
Mhm.
Still my favorite sneakers.
Beautiful
Still my
shoe.
favorite sneakers.
Beautiful shoe.
Yeah.
I want to ask my mom for them. She was like, nah, I couldn't get those. But she got me the British Knights. Remember the British Knights? Look just like them shits, though.
Yeah.
He just like them. Like,
Yeah.
they were just like them. Yo, I went to
Yeah.
Ah,
close.
yeah.
Kill
When I was
me,
a
yo.
kid- yeah, when I was a kid, the
Yo.
closest I got to Jordans were a
Yo,
pair of Grant Hills.
I said, after you play kickball in the fucking, after you play kickball in the yard,
Oh
yo, I was like, yo, I would never do this to my children again, yo. I vowed, yo. We never doing that shit.
Like,
Okay,
Yo,
but okay,
that's
yo.
culture. That's culture.
But okay, Ron.
That's
Ron.
culture, nigga.
Yo, Ron, let me.
Yeah.
So, Ron, okay, so you put Jordan's name in the light because of the reasons you named, right? We didn't play. He's not playing now. Yada yada.
Mhm.
But let's just say, let's use LeBron or Anthony Edwards or
Ain't no
something
way
like
no
that.
Bronze, nigga.
Anthony
Yeah, yo,
Edwards.
nigga.
Now the kids are wearing Anthony Edwards shoes. I've seen them a lot.
Yeah.
So-
and Brian had a run too, yeah.
Let's say the Anthony Edwards shoe
Mhm.
is $300.
Mhm.
Okay.
Nigga.
Are you going to say the same thing? Are you going to say, well, just because just now he's playing and he idolizes him, I could buy him? Is it the monetary value that you're putting on him, or what? Because that Jordan is in the same monetary value as this particular person. And matter of fact, you may be able to connect a little more to the Jordan. You may you may feel a little bit better about buying the Jordan because because you understand where the lineage of this sneaker comes from.
Absolutely.
You
That's
may
the
not
only
be
reason.
all right, but now let's say you change the player, but that kid says, okay, now everybody's wearing this Anthony Edwards shoe.
Yeah.
And I want and he are you going to say, well, no, but are you going to say the same thing to in that?
No,
life?
I'm not. If my kid said the reason why they want to get it because everybody's wearing it, nah,
That's corny.
I'm not gonna. I'm
But
not
that's
gonna.
always that's always
would-
going to be
I'm-
the argument.
No,
though.
I'm not.
That
No,
is
no,
always
no,
the argument.
no,
It
no,
is.
no,
It
no,
is.
no.
It is.
That's always going to be the
Even
argument.
though we
That's
know the argument,
that's
we can't
always,
say that.
No, I'm letting you know now.
Yeah.
That's always going.
He's
to
got
be
children way
the
older than
That's
what
a
we got.
life lesson though,
That
too,
is
though, right?
always going to be the arguing point is what everybody else is doing or but everybody else has it. That's just that they're kids. That's the only thing they have. They're not.
But I'm a
Kids aren't deep.
I
Kids aren't deep. They don't think deep.
I get it.
The whole thing is,
yo,
my friends, all my friends got that shit. Or all my friends are going out to play. Why can't I go out to play? Well, because you ain't finished your homework. But all my friends are going out to play. That's literally their only argument at this.
My rebuttal to my kid is gonna be like, yo, nah, that's you don't have to. You don't want to be like everybody else.
That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work.
Right.
Yo,
That's not gonna work.
I would rather.
I tried it
and
1,000
I've
times.
done this. I've done this to my kids and say like, yo, why don't you get this? This is fly. This is fly. It don't necessarily got to be cheaper per se,
Right.
but it's not what everybody you could
But-
get.
All right.
fresh.
So I've tried that.
When those kids are making fun of them because they got the different shit on, they come home with self-esteem.
No matter
issues.
what you do.
And,
Listen,
and it sucks, and I know it sucks, and it's like, well, you shouldn't feel bad because you got something. Like you should just fuck those kids.
Yo.
I know you want to say that,
Okay.
but when they go into school, they go into school without you saying fuck those kids. You can't walk with them and
They
say
don't-
fuck those kids.
Yo, bro.
So they go in there by themselves and they look at other people who are gonna make fun of them.
I
and tell
agree
them
with that
they ain't shit
100%.
because They
100%.
don't have the same thing on, and they're gonna come home with those self-conscious issues, with those self-esteem issues.
All right.
And it-
So
and it sucks.
wait.
It sucks.
Okay.
And
Hold
it
on.
sucks.
Let me-
It sucks,
can I-
but it's the reality of it.
Nah,
I agree
All right.
with you, but it's the reality of the situation. I just had to learn to accept that.
I would guarantee the school that your kids go to, it is not the majority of the kids that would say that to your kid. It's probably just the black kids. Same thing
you're
with cool.
That's
It's
true.
just gonna be the black kids.
That's everybody.
Again,
yo, bro.
That's
again,
everybody.
Again,
No.
completely
What's
agree.
the-
I don't know what the numbers.
What's
I
the
don't know.
you know the demographic of the
completely
school that my
agree.
kids go to? It's all black. It is what it is.
Okay,
It's the whole
exactly.
school.
Right, and that's our culture, right? To
Yeah.
make bad
That's all-
financial decisions
Oh,
and buy
no,
shit that's
no,
not
no,
worth
no,
nothing,
no,
right?
no.
Okay, that's the culture, right?
Right.
My kids go to a school that's like mad Spanish,
Mm.
blacks, couple of other
Well,
different
then-
nationalities there.
Then you know what?
Them Spanish kids don't got no J's like that.
No,
they got
they got chancletas.
They don't got it. And they don't care to get it.
They
So
got them shits that you wear to do salsa right in.
The
You
word.
ain't got those, you ain't shit. But but to go with what you're saying, I think every culture has that though. I think every culture has that. It's just we as black people have.
no.
I
don't
think so.
No, but there's another
you-
part of it. There's another part that
You
we're
think-
not talking about. The
What
other
Spanish,
part of the culture.
what Spanish people got that's so expensive that everybody gotta have?
Jews with their curls. If your curls ain't as long as they supposed to be at that age, like you about to have your bar mitzvah, and your
glad
curls,
you
your
here.
curls
I'm
are
about to
only
say
your
this
curls
shit.
are only chic high. Your curls are supposed to be down to your chest.
You're right.
You're supposed to be able to touch your nipple with your
You're
curls
right,
by the
you're
time
right.
you have your bar mitzvah.
I don't know if
You
he's
get-
serious
you
or
get
not,
caught.
bro.
Nah,
I-
I'm
You might be serious. Nah, but another part of the culture is fighting.
You got to be rich
You
and
can't
curl.
wear
Right,
what
yeah.
everybody got. That's what takes away.
No, you got to be
the
first.
whole conversation.
No, you got to be
That's what-
first. You got to be
you gotta
first
be
with
first,
it. You got to be
or you
first
gotta
with
move
it.
on. That's where
Yeah.
you teach your kids, yo, that shark biting shit, the biting shit, everybody got it shit. That shit ain't fly. That's
Right.
the opposite of fly. If you
Right.
the third, fourth nigga, fifth nigga with some shit, it's over.
Yeah.
Like you already done beat it to the ground. So that's what you told. Yo, be first to pick your spots. You know what I mean? These are coming out.
I think
Get
that was.
these.
I think that was our culture.
But that's culture.
I think that was our generation.
Yeah,
I think,
biting is our culture.
Yo,
I think
you
our
can't
generation
catch a
was
crew of
biting.
niggas walking home with the same sneaker.
Yeah.
You get, even if it was
Nowadays-
the Flyers, Jordan 11s, Christmas, you're getting roasted.
That's our culture, though.
That was our generation. That was our
That's
generation.
ours.
Like, ain't
This
no
generation-
biting, like,
This
ain't no
generation.
biting.
This generation. If everybody ain't rocking the same kind of dreads and they gotta be long enough to cover your eyes and shit like that. Then you ain't
Hey, but
doing
look
shit.
the same.
If you go in there with cornrows, they're gonna be like, you ain't got dreads.
Yo, let me tell you. Yo,
It's
listen.
a-
You see that? You see that video?
It's a copycat generation now.
You
Our
see that
generation-
video of Carmelo?
This generation is a copycat generation.
Speaking of Carmelo
It's
Anthony
the only way
Sons,
to fit in. Yeah.
speaking of Carmelo Anthony Sons, is a video of him talking to Lala about the man that he's looking for, and he was saying things like,
Wait.
"Yo,
He's gay. The man that he's looking for a man.
him talking to his mom about the man that she's looking for."
Oh, that
Sorry.
she's
Oh,
looking for. Okay,
You definitely said he.
Okay,
Yeah.
my bad.
All right.
And he was saying,
Listen,
like,
I'm
yo,
not
if
talking
you
to
don't
my
got
son.
dreads right now, or then you're not it. If you don't, and then mind you look at the basketball court. Okay, listen.
She said that?
No, that's what
No,
he said.
He said it to her.
Now remember, if you look at the basketball court when we was coming up, dreads on a basketball player looked very weird.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah.
Very weird.
Right. It still looks weird to me.
It still looks weird
because
to
of where
me.
we came from.
right.
Yeah.
But now these kids are saying, now if you look at a college game, there's no Caesars on the court.
Yeah. Right.
Nah,
Ain't no Caesars. Ain't
Right.
no.
Right.
Everybody got the big
You
fro
either got the little big fro, little peasy dreads, or the fucking ponytail,
or
It's
the
like,
ponytail
why
or
you
dreads
gotta-
or whatever the
right,
case was.
You got to cut that shit.
So, you just realize that at a certain point, our parents, I'm sure, felt that way about us. I'm sure felt that we were doing things to chase trends or doing things. And they tried to but either A, they couldn't afford for us to keep up with that particular trend,
Yeah.
or B, they might have tried to instill values in
But
which
were they right? Cool.
I mean, I think they had
I think it was just necessary for the time.
yeah, I think they had the right.
Well, don't we want the children that we're raising and we love to be themselves and to find themselves
But they will.
as early as possible?
But they will.
Yeah.
They will.
within
They will
somebody
find
else's construct.
They will find themselves. As we did. We were all under somebody else's construct.
Yeah.
We weren't. It was very okay, because think about it. I'll use this for an example. Best Dressed came up when I was in high school.
Mm.
It was down to me and one other person.
Mm.
His name, Ramon Suriel.
Ramon, yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
It was me and him.
Yeah.
Me, I had every jersey. I had all the Jordans.
Talk
I
about
had
it.
the Jabos. I had the long tees with the blah, blah, blah. Every fitted hat from Gertz Plaza that I could possibly get my fucking hands on.
Yeah.
Do it.
I lost to a dude that was wearing skinny pants.
Yeah.
This is 2004.
Yeah.
Skinny pants,
Yacht
little diesel
shoes.
shoes,
Yeah.
button-up shirts, polos, whatever.
Damn.
In
That
2004,
nigga was
I
a
thought it
club
was
promoter, yo.
I thought it was a fucking travesty.
Yeah.
How dare you? This jersey right here, this
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
jersey
yeah,
I got on
yeah,
right now
Yeah.
is everything he got in his closet.
Yeah.
But guess what? Fast forward a few years, 20 years later,
Talk about it.
this motherfucker
He
is
was fashion forward.
the freshest motherfucker.
Yeah.
To this day, I bow down and say, you know what, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, you
I
still got
lost.
fresh?
I lost to a player that was greater than me.
Nah,
Right.
yeah.
But
Whoever wins those awards, really, because I won mine.
Oh,
Right.
it's time. It's time.
Is it a surprise? Like, nigga, come on. I want my shit, nigga.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
so to go with what you said, Core,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of relates to what Ron was saying. It's like instead of fitting in,
Yes,
let me show you what else is fly.
that's
out
possible.
there.
That's possible.
But we're in a different generation now, is what I'm saying. What is my point? We got to accept the fact that in this generation, it's a copy. Like I said, it's a copycat generation. If you're not doing what the in crowd is doing, they're gonna make you feel like you're the worst. They're gonna make you feel like a piece of shit. They're gonna make you feel worthless. You can't be different, because if you be different, they're only gonna clown you for being different.
Gotta
That's
be
a fact.
different, but not too different. You gotta be
Well,
different.
see,
You can't
but-
be
but
too
see what
different.
Ramon
though.
was
You
doing
can't
was
be-
You can't be weirdo different.
exactly.
Right.
You can't be
Nah,
you can't
but
be
weird-
weird.
but
You know what I mean? You can
weirdo
be different,
is
but not
kinda the
weird.
shit right now.
Well, yeah, it is. But like I said, see, like I said, Ramon was, like you said, fashion forward, right?
Right.
If you fast forward from my year, 4-5 years later, everybody dressed literally like that guy was
Right.
walking around the hallway.
Right.
With
Same
no,
thing with Depp.
same thing with that. I had everything. I had the top line of now.
Right.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
at the bottom level of what was coming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, the people saw. But I'm saying at the time, people saw that his shit might have been a little bit more coordinated than
You ain't
than
diversify
mine.
your portfolio.
I ain't
you know what
divorced.
I mean?
I did not.
You gotta have a little bit of
at that
everything.
time,
Diversify your
I was
bonds,
Tim's,
niggas.
Jabos, Carhartt pants.
You
You feel what I'm saying? I was top street
Crazy.
nigga fashion at the time.
Yeah.
Could not fade me as far as top street nigga fashion. But
Yeah.
I think now as the kids go, you know, it too has the whoever's first in the copycat line of things. You know what I'm saying? I think that's who's gonna be the winner now.
Nah, the winner
I
is
don't
always the
think-
person who's setting the trends. Not
That's
the
what he's
person
saying.
Who's
I
following
think at the end of the
trends.
day, the person
Not
who sets the
copycats.
trends is the winner. But I don't think I think it's a group thing now. Everybody has to have the same thing, or you out of the group.
Yeah.
Everybody has to have those AirPod headphones, them $500 headphones. If you walk in with a pair of Beats nowadays, what the fuck are those? You know what I'm saying? You got to have at least a pair of 11s.
Right.
If you ain't got a pair of 11s, what you doing?
Now, mind you, I'm gonna take his advice because I think he has a kid in that age range. Me myself, I work with a lot of kids in that age range, and I can see, like, yeah, it's a certain level of things you just got. It's like entry level shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To play this game, you got to have this.
Right.
I think
Now,
it's our culture though.
I
That's
think
okay.
it's definitely our culture.
But that's okay though.
I also
don't think anything's
I
wrong
also
with
think that every culture has that. I think every culture has that. It's just that we have to, we have our own
ours is what you
situation
put
we gotta
on.
deal with.
Ours might be what you put
Yeah.
on. Some is what
Yeah.
you put in.
Right. So yeah, like think about it with Asians. I know I keep playing a race card for my arguments, but think about Asians. If you were degenerate, that's you not part of the in crowd. You got to be, your math got to be on point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you ain't walking around with a calculator, what the fuck are you doing?
Your driving got to
In
be
your
on.
karate.
Right.
Yo,
Right.
come on, let's finish up. Right? This is gonna be trouble. Come on,
Okay.
come on.
You started it. You started this whole stop it.
We've been living through the death of the American male.
The top?
They
No,
have
no, no.
literally
Let it
killed
go.
masculinity in our homes and our communities for one reason or another. But I raised my boys to be young men. And however you feel about that, you feel about that. But my boys will always be respectful. They will always say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. No, sir, no, ma'am. They will always say thank you. They will always open a door for a lady. They will always make sure that their mother is taken care and provided for. They will always be men. And that's always since they were 2 years old. Every time I left for a job, I tell my 15-year-old, you're the man of the house. You make sure these doors are locked every night, this alarm is on, you text me or you call me every night before you go to bed and you wake up.
I love that.
Because we're men. If I'm not there to protect, he got to be there to protect. Because you can have all the money in the world, climb through the window, that money means nothing.
Right.
You can have all the celebrity in the world, jump through the door, that celebrity means nothing.
You know, the crazy thing about it is I don't disagree with anything that he said, but I feel like he might have just speaking like a regular dude or regular man, he may just offend people.
Yeah.
Just regular
Right,
man
right,
shit
right.
offends people in this day and age.
Right.
It does.
It's called toxic masculinity for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Just being a straight, and I don't mean straight like in sexual or preference, but I mean like a straightforward male masculinity. I exert masculinity. This is what I want for, this is what I'm handing out, and this is what I'm handing down. Yeah, they find that to be toxic nowadays. I think it's because, I think part of it is because now women are also sharing the load of what we do on a day-to-day, which includes working.
That's fine. That's fine. But you got to listen. Think about what just happened. He never mentioned a woman or his wife, only in regards to protecting her. That's it.
Right.
He just focused on his sons
Right.
and what they need to do as young men.
Yeah.
That's it. He didn't say like, yo, the woman has to do this and the man has to. He didn't say
Right.
none of that
No
shit. He just
gender
said,
roles.
yo.
I mean, no roles.
Yeah, nothing. It's just
Yeah.
like, yo, protect your mom.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be the protector of the house. If I'm not here.
Yeah.
If I'm not here to provide for your mom, you provide for your mother. Just provide and protect for your mother. Right. But you would have some women, and I think a select type of woman that would say, why can't a woman do X, Y, and Z? Or why is it gotta be?
You're gonna get some men that say that too, because
I don't think so.
I know I'm gonna say that.
Say what?
I'm gonna say that it sounds like he's putting his children, his boys, in charge of their mother almost a little bit. So the mother can't be in charge.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're
saying. Don't see what. First of all, don't see what he's saying. He's trying to misconstrue some shit.
I like to look at different perspectives.
I just heard the conversation.
I like to look at different perspectives.
And this is how people will turn an argument, turn a discussion into like an argument, and it's like he never said nothing like that.
Yeah.
Right?
That's kind of what I heard. I don't know.
So all right, hold on. Let me ask you this, right?
Sure.
That's his wife.
Yes.
Something happens to him.
Yes.
It's like, all right.
The wife is up next.
Protect and provide for yourself. That's it. That's all. It's over with. I'm gone. You provide and you provide and protect for yourself.
Who you talking about? The kids?
Yeah. No. The wife. The wife. Do everything yourself.
Well, the kid's gonna have to listen to you. You're gonna have to do
that. We're not even. That never even came up. This is what I'm trying to say. You trying to bring that shit up?
I don't understand.
To dilute the conversation.
No. I'm not following you. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
All he said is like if I'm not here.
It's like he put the little niggas in charge of the wife. He told the little niggas,
No.
Get to bed, ma. Come on, Dad told me it's time to lock the crib.
No,
that's what it sounds like to me. Yo, mom, back it up.
I understand.
I understand. Dad told me, I need to set the alarm. I know you gotta go outside to smoke.
That's the feminist argument right there.
Yeah, but that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say it sounds like a lesbian. No, no. But no. Seriously, though, I get what he's saying, and I get where it makes your point though. That's where people are going to get offended because they like there's certain triggers that somebody will pull out of that, and it's just like, well, I'm a woman, I can't fend for myself. I gotta what I see, what I'm seeing, what he's saying is like, yeah, as a man, because you're as a man, we're bigger, we're stronger, we're supposed to be there to protect women. That's our role as a man, but in a traditional not a traditional, but in a family situation, it's supposed to be the father and then the mother, then the kids. So what he going to go to your point, GB, is what he's doing is he's setting, when he's out, the child ends up becoming
that's all I heard.
You know what I heard? What I heard was
mom got a bedtime.
What I heard, like me as the man of the house. There's a man of the house. There's a woman of the house, right?
Yeah.
My job is to provide and protect.
Right.
Something happens to me, the next man takes my job, because that's the job of the man in the household.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So it's not like, no, you're supposed to you're supposed to tell your mom what to do or something like that. No,
but essentially that would be the case. So he said if somebody breaks in, then the 15-year-old has to go to the rescue. Now here's the way I'm thinking about it, which I get why GB is saying what he's saying. If I'm not there and somebody breaks into the house, if I got a gun in the safe, I don't want my son going to the safe to get the gun, because he's a child. I want my wife going to the safe to get the gun because she's a responsible adult that should know how to handle a gun. So the woman should know how to handle the gun after me, because I'm the man of the house, and then she's the other adult. She's the co-parent, the other adult.
Okay.
So I don't want my son running to go get the gun and shoot the nigga. I want my wife to go get the gun, tell the kids, yo, stay in your room, hide under the bed, go do this or do that. So I understand what GB is saying because what it sounds like, because what it could sound like he's saying is that when I leave, you become ahead of the mother. Because I'm ahead of the mother as the man in the household in the family rank.
All right. So if the son is, let's say, 18 or 19 or 21,
Yeah.
is it different?
It changes a little bit.
And how does he, okay, if he's not already being groomed for that position, how does he know if his father's not instilling that in him before?
I agree. I agree with what you're saying. But in a case where it's a child, because he's talking about children. He's talking about, he said his son was 15.
Exactly. But I think, okay, I hear exactly what you're saying. And of course, we don't expect the fucking a little kid to be like, go get the gun and defend.
Play Call of Duty in the living room.
But see, if your kid is 21, it only changes because at that point they're an adult.
Yes,
between 18 and 21.
Okay,
it still doesn't make you. I still wouldn't say you're the man of the house. You gotta you become. I wouldn't make it seem like you become ahead of my wife.
All
in
right,
this situation.
Exactly.
Wait, no, nobody. He never said that. Y'all keep saying that.
Between the lines, my nigga.
We didn't ask you to read between the lines, bro.
Let's
read on the lines, bro. Let's read on the lines, right? Okay. Can I say one thing?
I'm speaking from the perspective of people who would take it the wrong way.
Exactly. All right. So.
Yeah, all
right,
nigga.
Maybe the kid don't handle the gun or anything like that, right?
Nigga.
But you got, let's be honest, as men, women, they could walk the earth with a little bit of carelessness because there's a man around.
Right.
There are men around, right? The general consensus, I don't care if you're in a public place, you don't even have to know a woman. If you see that she's in danger, you'll sense that danger and be like, yo, what are you doing? Yo, this, that, and the third. Right? That's because the world is the way where they could be a little careless.
Yeah.
Like your wife should be able to walk down the street with you and be a little careless because you're there.
But when she's with you.
Hold on.
Okay, please.
So let's put the gun to the side because we don't want kids handling guns and whatever, right? Okay.
I'll give you that.
But to tell his son to turn on the alarm, text me while I'm away.
No, my wife is turning on the alarm. I'm not having the kid put the alarm on, dog. Like that's wild. Like that's just like, yo, like you gonna put a pamper on your bitch too?
No.
Okay, wait. Let me.
Right now, my alarm is set on the crib. If I get an alert anywhere, like anything goes on, I'm calling my wife. I'm not calling my kid.
All right, ho. So your wife is at home, right?
Yes.
Why you set the alarm then? If she's home,
I didn't set the alarm. She sets the alarm.
You just said I said
no.
The
alarm is set. I'm not setting the alarm. She sets the alarm when she's ready to set the alarm. When she's in for the night and she knows, you know what I mean? Like she's not moving anywhere. She sets the alarm. I'm not waiting on my kid.
Hold on, let me.
So if you're there, she's setting the alarm.
No, I'm setting the alarm.
Okay.
Let me ask a question. So because Holly's the only one who has kids old enough to play this role, right?
I got 25-year-old, but she doesn't live in the house.
Okay.
I'm an old nigga too.
Pardon self.
I'm an old nigga too.
But as far as but gone. All right, but also a girl, also a woman, a woman per se. You have a son who is of age, right? Let's say if he's home with your second oldest, who is close, not man, about to be a man.
Yeah.
Do you ever approach the oldest and say, hey, listen, I'm about to go out for a little bit, just kind of watch out and make things, hold things down?
Yeah.
Or, do you kind of leave him oblivious to the things that, whatever, kind of leave it alone?
No, I definitely, so I got a 21-year-old and a 15. If I'm
boys, by the way,
both boys, if I'm going somewhere, then yeah, I am. Because I don't disagree with Ron, and I don't disagree with what Anthony Mackie is saying. I'm saying, listen, if some crazy shit happens, you're the one in charge to deal with it, or you're the one in charge to not handle the situation, not manage the situation, because you might not have the competence to do it right now. But as far as making sure that all the women in the house, because I still have a daughter, I still got a 7-year-old girl, and I got my shorty there. You are in charge of making sure that they are protected. What I'm saying is, I understand what people will pull out of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I do agree with that sentiment. It's like, yeah, as a man, especially because, especially at that age, you're 21. In a couple of years, you're gonna be that. You're gonna be me.
Yeah, right.
And you're gonna expect, you're gonna have to protect your family the way that I gotta protect mine. But if I'm not there, or if you're not there, you're gonna have to put somebody in place to do the same thing as a man.
So where does the line start and stop? Your 21-year-old. So for instance, like, okay, maybe
managing the situation.
So basically, okay, no, he's not going to touch the alarm. Like, he's not the one to set it.
No,
Can I give one? Can I give like an
Sure.
opportunity?
Go ahead.
Your foot a little hurt. 21-year-old used to be in charge when niggas is down when you hurt.
Oh,
He ever packing you up? Like, your dad, pack it up. I'm turning the alarm on. Because your foot is down. So he got to be the one to go out and, you know what I mean?
Like has he taken the charge, I guess, as far as
Crazy, right?
If I'm there, no.
That's what I'm saying. But that's another adult. That's all I'm saying. It's like, it just feels a little, I don't have boys.
When I leave for work at night,
yeah,
I have my son who's 8. Yeah. I say, come lock the door behind me.
Yeah, that makes
I don't
sense.
tell my wife, yo, come and lock the, I tell him, yo, lock the top lock when I go out.
So he's absolutely correct.
It's a girl dad. All right. I resign. All right, I good. Y'all got it. I'm a girl dad. I never had to deal with that. Like, I've never had another boy or man in the house, so I don't know. I've always delegated the responsibility when I'm not there to my wife. So
but I think what he said is right.
I will bow out.
Protection wise, yes. Management wise, no, because you're not an adult. You can't.
It's gonna by default. It's gonna go to the next adult.
So like administrative things. The administrative things go to the lady still.
Right.
You just make sure you be the muscle if some shit happens to go wrong.
But ultimately, you gotta understand. Like, if you're raising a son, you have to. It's up to you as a father to groom this kid.
Yeah.
To be the provider and protector that you want him to be when he grows up.
Yeah.
So if he got to get ready for something. You understand what I'm saying? It's not like, yo, fight the whole world and yo, you're gonna get invaded by a bunch of robbers. It's gonna be beanies going on, so you got to do this. Nah, it's just like, yo, even if you give him the position by title only.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know his mom is there to back him up. Yeah,
you the man in the house though.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Okay. Let's go to Anthony Edwards, man. AE.
You ready?
Yeah.
This has been popping up all over my feed because of his child support case. So he actually got lucky here because this 37-year-old woman, mind you, he's 23, she decided to move to California, but he filed in Georgia, so the case would be held in Georgia. He got lucky, unlike Tyrese. Tyrese's situation is he's in California. Child's in Georgia, but mom wants the California support and is getting it because the judge doesn't like Tyrese, which is crazy. But this Anthony Edwards situation, I don't understand what's the deal with these ladies. You're trying to force this dude to be a dad. He doesn't want to be a dad. I get it. He should wrap it up, but you should also avoid people like Anthony Edwards. I get it. He has money, and because he has money, I guess, common sense of not creating this whole dynamic where a child doesn't have a father. It's not going to be there because he's rich, but come on now.
So coming off the Anthony Edwards, story that he got a 37-year-old woman pregnant. It's like the second or third time he's been in the news. Same thing.
Jeez.
It's a gunslinger. It just brings up the question to me of what's a deadbeat dad. Because with this story, he kind of come around and he's saying that he doesn't want anything to do with the child. He's going to pay the money. He's going to pay whatever the court orders, but he doesn't want anything to do with the child. Does that make him a deadbeat?
Hell yeah. So it's to me, it's a lot of different things here, and it's so he's How many times is he going through this?
Definitely second.
Definitely second.
Yeah.
So what happened with the first situation?
Same thing. He just kind of didn't want to be involved with Shorty. No,
Yeah.
he's been offering women an absorbent amount of money to get rid of the child.
So he's been
to have
so
an
he's been
abortion.
trying to pay off abortions.
Yeah.
They don't want to have it. They don't want to have the abortion, but then then they want to hold him responsible for being
Absolutely
the parent of the kid.
And he's paying the money.
Now
he's paying it without any problem.
Okay.
But he's saying, listen, you're holding me against my will. You know what I mean? I don't want to be part of this kid's life. So I'm just asking, because there was another clip after this, but we don't have it. A mother was taking her kid out to like Foot Locker, and he picked up a pair of Anthony Edwards, and she was like, we don't buy no deadbeat daddy sneakers. Go get a pair of John Morant's.
So I don't.
So now you're getting a bad rap for it too. Like, is she a deadbeat?
To me, it's a weird situation because if it doesn't make him a deadbeat, it definitely makes him a terrible person. You can't keep busting in these girls and saying, I don't want to deal with it. Like, that's a real privileged, fucked up mentality to have.
Like I watched Mad Men, he said, that's what the money's for.
Yeah. So now if he's paying out the money, then fine. Because it could also be, through the media, I guess through the eyes of the media, it could also be spun as these chicks had this kid on purpose because they knew this nigga had money.
Right.
So if he's paying the money, it does look better on him that he's like, I'm paying the money, but I just don't want to deal with it because I didn't want to parent a kid with you anyway. Now at the same time, y'all both the problem is he's being held accountable for fucking a girl raw.
She's 37.
So
she knows.
That he was
all adults.
That he was putting his piece in you with with the safety off.
I like that analogy.
So you knew, for lack of not use it as a pun, you knew what was coming.
Yeah.
So
does he have a father around?
I don't. That's a good
does
question.
Not have a father around, and his mother and grandmother are passed. Like he really doesn't have any like.
So he's just a wild boy.
He's just out here.
He just out here, just doing circusing.
You know what?
He out here doing flips.
You know what I mean, got his own Nike contract, his own Nike sneaker. He's doing his thing out here.
So yes, of course, in the eyes of the media, traditionally you have a kid, you're supposed to take care of it. In his case, he's
traditionally in the eyes of the media, that's just life. You're supposed to take care of your kids.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
What is take care of?
I'm saying the way I'm saying that because in the eyes of the media, he's supposed to be taking care of it. He made a kid. He's supposed to be taking care of a kid. When you're not going to, they're gonna automatically label you as a deadbeat. But
I always thought a deadbeat was the person who didn't take care of their kids financially. That's what I always thought.
No, I don't think it's just because the financial aspect isn't just because you can be poor, you can be a poor family, and as long as you're in that kid's life, you're not a deadbeat dad.
Yeah, James Evans was a great dad.
What's his name?
No, but he was in the household. I'm talking about a father out of the household, a father not with the mother, but not helping the mother, leaving the mother with all the responsibility as far as monetarily. I always thought that was a deadbeat.
No relationship.
The relationship part was a whole different.
So you don't have, as long as you're paying money.
I thought that I thought that's what made you a deadbeat.
It's too many thin lines with the money situation.
So let me ask you a question, right? With your situation, why you didn't just give money?
Me?
Yeah.
Because I'm not a deadbeat.
What I'm saying, you gave money, but then you gave time also. Why you didn't just give money?
No. Because I want to be a good dad. Like I want, I care about.
So all right, so it goes from deadbeat to good dad.
I married. Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
So Nick, what is somebody that gives money but they don't give no time? They don't have no relationship with their kid. They're good dad too.
Absentee,
50,
maybe
50 Cent.
They good dad
absentee
too?
father, like an absentee, like
That's what
we
you
found out
like on the
someone
spectrum
who's not there.
of
Yeah,
deadbeat and good dad.
I think there's good dad. I know. I think there's dad, first of all, good dad, great dad, whatever. There's a dad.
Mhm.
There's an
Yeah.
absentee father, and then there's a deadbeat. I thought the absentee father was the person who funds your lifestyle,
But that's
pays for
default.
things like that.
It's like a passing grade. It's like a 65.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're not poor.
Has my age test got 65?
Like you're not. You know what I mean? Like, wouldn't being poor suck? Like, I don't know.
What you mean?
I don't know. Like, I don't like if I
If
grew
you
up
poor,
with
you
my
poor.
father.
Like, yo, this is how it is. It's poor niggas that don't know they pops either. Like, you just act like, all right, you could either be poor or you could just not have a pops around, or you could have the money and not have a pops, or you could be
But
poor.
to put all the fight, we live in America. This is the land of capitalism. I keep saying that over and over again. Capitalism is the culture here. Like, that is the religion. That is what America is about. It's all about the money. Cash rules. If you're not giving or producing or contributing any money, you are worthless.
Yeah, but then what
Like,
about
if you're pulling up every other weekend and pushing a fucking swing, nigga,
So-
you get hit by a bus
so
on the
then-
fucking way home.
but then
it doesn't
it-
change any fucking thing.
then there's degrees on that though, because what about the father who doesn't have the money, wants to spend the time, but the mother won't let him spend the time because he's not providing the money? Does that make him a deadbeat? Because now he doesn't have a relationship with the kid.
No,
because
he
the
gets
mother-
the money.
because
So-
the
so
mother-
Find the money.
You saying the dude that does spend time but doesn't give money is a deadbeat, though.
No, he's the dude that spends time but doesn't give any money. He's spends time, doesn't give any money.
Because you said the other one's an absentee that gives money.
Yeah,
and don't
he's a
spend time.
deadbeat.
Right.
Yeah, the person who doesn't give money is a deadbeat.
But they spend time with their kid, but they don't have no money. They're a deadbeat.
Yes,
But the one that gives money, they don't spend no time, is not.
that's
a
the
deadbeat.
absentee.
That's an absentee.
Yeah, that's the way I always thought about it. I don't know. Like, I don't. That's.
Nah,
I have my
think-
pops.
So
I don't know. This is just me from the outside looking in.
I could go so deep in this father
Please,
this
we're here.
father thing. Is
That's why
it's
we're
a
here
lot.
for.
I think there's way more degrees of dad.
Yes, for sure.
Because I only got 3.
Yeah, I think it's way more than that.
All right.
I think there's dad. I think there's father.
Mm.
Father to me is just the person that made you. Dad is the person that is taking care, is providing for you.
Okay.
But then there's also the guy that's providing for you financially, but not providing for you mentally, emotionally, building you up to be a man. There's a degree of dad that is paying your bills, paying your way through life, but has never put you in a position for you to pay your own way through life. They brought the horse to the water. They led the horse to the water and gave him the water and fed him the water, but never taught him how to drink. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So now you go off in the world and you don't know how to be a man because your father might have been a dad for you financially, but wasn't a dad for you, to try to help build you up. As to go back to the Anthony Mackie thing. Anthony Mackie, he can provide for his kids financially, and he's also trying to build them up to be men. So there's that degree of dad there that provides for you financially, but doesn't teach you how to be a man. Then there's the deadbeats and all the absentees and all that other shit. But I feel like there's so many degrees. There's so many different degrees.
So that dad that you were describing just now, he's in the household. He's just not really.
He's in the household.
Yeah,
he's in the household. It could be in the household. It could be, a broken home. It could be whatever that is. But in this particular situation, to me, it's you're holding him accountable for being him, and you're not like the media is going to hold him accountable for not being a father and label him as a deadbeat, whether he's providing or not, whether he's putting the money out there or not.
He's not. They're just going to penalize him for not taking accountability. Well, for what they think is accountability.
Right.
All right. He's a deadbeat because the results show that he's a deadbeat, and the results are the children. You don't have children that will say, my dad spent mad time with me, but he wasn't rich. He didn't have money to pay for shit. And now I hate him. But you'll have kids that will have money, have the newest sneakers, the J's, whatever, all the clothes and all that shit that pops don't see them, and they hate their
And
fucking
still hate that father.
hate their father.
Right.
So the results are in the children.
Right.
You don't have
There you go.
poor fathers that spend mad time with
And
their kids that kids hate them.
You
That's
don't
the
know
degrees.
that. You're talking about a silent mind.
No,
You're
that's
talking about
pretty
a
true.
loud
That's
minority. Like
What?
we're talking about, like, come on. There are plenty of people who had their fathers fund their lives, grew up with their mothers, went out and been productive. Like,
I'm not saying
Yeah,
no.
those-
I'm talking
those-
about
those
how
are
they feel
anomalies.
about their fathers.
Yeah.
I don't
Because
know.
again,
Like,
again,
I
like
don't
you
know.
said,
Like,
You got
But
a
does it
lot.
label
You got
mean
you
what
got a,
you
you
have
got
the
a lot
result?
of you got a lot of niggas that was spoiled that got money from their father. That's bitch ass niggas
right,
because they never had a dude in their life.
right, right.
You got a lot of niggas that they had all the nicest shit, but they hate their fathers. They hate
Yeah.
their parents because they didn't have that relationship.
Yeah.
Niggas that got they pops, they could be poor as shit. They don't run around saying they hate they pops.
Yeah, I think
You understand what I'm saying?
I think what you said is right. The result is in the kid. Because I feel like no matter what, kids are gonna have when a kid goes to therapy, they're gonna have something. Like you fucked up somehow. You may not like there's no perfect parent.
Can we
No,
just
it's not.
can we reverse engineer it one step? When we say that the result is in the kid, can the result be in what the mother puts in the kid?
No, because we're
The
talking.
kid is
we're talking
programmed
about,
by the mother.
Well, no, because we're talking about.
Unless you're not there.
If you're
When-
not there, but if the mother
you-
is saying like, "Yo, listen,
Bro.
if the kid is if the mother
I
is
see what you're
constantly
saying. I see
saying
what you're
during
saying.
basketball practice
Yeah,
and piano practice
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
private school, your father
Right.
funded this.
Because
He's
a lot
not
of
around,
a lot
but
of
your father.
I don't think that matters.
a lot of no. I get what you're saying
because
because there's a lot of fatherless.
The programming
there's
is
a lot
in
of
what the mother puts into that kid.
There's a lot of fatherless kids that are very successful.
Because the mother didn't let that kid become a fucking victim. The mother let that kid know, like, listen, your father.
Also,
we're on the other side of town. That nigga got a family over there.
Also,
but he sent that check
So
over
you-
here
you-
every
you-
month, paid that tuition, paid that shit. You was able to do your thing, and them kids don't probably don't hate their fathers. I don't know.
Bruh.
I'm just
I
just
get
imagining
I
shit.
get it. I
But
get it.
I'm just
Also,
we're just talking about
some kids could be lucky. Some mothers can be lucky to have positive male influences around their kid, so that
their father, their uncle,
the father
someone.
to replace the father's absence. But
I know niggas. I know people. I know people in my family that they have issues, and they have issues with people because one of the recurring things is they don't have their pops.
yeah. No, it's that's a big thing.
Like I'm not just saying this shit. I'm not just saying it, right?
Right.
But I've known niggas, right?
Yeah.
That got everything in the world. They got the new video game, all that shit.
Yeah.
My pops bought this shit for me. But they can't stand that. They some bitch ass niggas.
Is
You know
that
what I mean?
because the mother put that in their head?
Yo,
It could be. It could also be.
You really feel like, all right, if a mom just said, yeah, your dad bought this, it's gonna be like, all right, well, the fact that he's never here, or he
Kids
don't
love
spend no
Santa
time.
Claus. They never see him.
Yeah.
They don't love Santa Claus. They love what Santa Claus does for them, right? They love what Santa Claus does for them, right?
Yeah.
But then as you grow older, right? And when you get to the point when you're not interested in toys and you getting older and you trying to figure out about girls and life and being a man, and you be like, oh, you know what? My dad bought me something, so it don't matter.
Yeah.
No, my dad
Who gives a
paid
fuck
for
about
me
that?
to go to school. My dad paid for me to go to college, and my dad paid for me to play sports. I'm a well-rounded person for the things that my dad provided for me, and my mom.
You don't think those?
Like,
you don't think
there's
those?
no
You don't
shame
think?
on the
You don't think
moms
those
for,
people
like,
in
yo,
therapy
bought
about for not having no relationship with their pops?
They
For
definitely
feeling dismissed by their pops?
but are they really thinking about the circumstances that they were brought into this world with? Like, in
What you mean?
yo, mom wants to jump
We
for the night.
create,
Like,
create the circumstances, bro.
Kids will
and,
not
and
do
then
that.
The
Kids
onus,
won't
the
do
onus. This
That's
is
why they
another
go to
thing,
therapy.
right? See,
That's why they go to therapy, because the therapist is supposed to try to do that for them.
Right.
Supposed to try to get them to understand that, you know, what you said. That,
Right.
That.
and we got to
Go ahead.
realize the onus is more on the man.
Yeah. Right.
If we want to keep like playing 50-50, it's not like that.
Mhm.
As the dude, like we take, like when the baby is born,
yeah,
the woman takes more of the onus. But prior to that, we it's our responsibility to not get in these particular situations.
Yeah.
And then if we get in those situations, we got to be there. We got to step up. That's what men do, bro.
Yeah.
It's not like you could just say, like, a nigga could just say, nah, I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
I did that shit, but I don't want to deal with the consequences. Men
Yeah.
don't say that. It's not manly to say, I don't want to deal with the consequences of
Yeah.
some shit that I did.
Yeah. Right.
That's a
I just
rat.
look
That's
at
a
it,
snitch. That's
yo,
a
Ron,
nigga in the
I
street.
know,
That's
I get it. I
That's a
get
bit-
what
that's
you're
a bitch-ass
saying.
nigga
I
who-
get what you're
Who
saying.
obviously
I
didn't
get
have
it.
a father to teach him how
I
to
get
be
it. But yo,
Yeah.
rent, school clothes, books, karate class, all that, like
that's
everything.
fine. You got to do that.
School lunch.
You still got to
No,
do
no, no,
that,
no.
regardless.
All
On top
that
of
costs
that,
money.
okay,
If
that's
you're
fine.
not giving no money towards that, and that woman is stuck raising that kid by himself, I feel like that's more of an indictment on a man to leave that person to live.
You making
to
a fake.
raise that
You're making a fake person.
How I'm
Yeah,
making a
nah.
fake person?
You're making a
That-
fake
that-
person. It's
every
no,
day.
about it this way.
you
Think
know.
about
I'm
it this
talking
way.
about people leave people
Nah,
with the bill every
no.
day.
What I'm
It's
saying,
like going
what I'm saying
it's
is
like
this.
going
No.
out to dinner and leaving someone with the bill.
No,
You're
what I'm saying,
leaving
no,
someone
what I'm
with the
saying
bill
is
for
this.
that child
It's
every
no,
day.
it's
If
no.
you cover that
Ho, ho,
bill
ho.
and be like, I
No.
don't want to be part of your life anymore, but yo, here's the fucking bill.
All right. On the other side, there's not a nigga that's spending mad time with his kid that says like, nah, I'm not doing nothing financially. A nigga's gonna spend time with his kids, gonna try. He's going to
He
try,
gonna
bro.
We gonna come one with a lollipop and push a fucking swing every fucking other weekend?
Yeah.
Nigga, say that shit, nigga. You might as well get hit by a bus, nigga.
Nah,
Like, nigga, I need that bread. Yo, mom need that money.
But a
The
lot of
mom the
kids,
one that's gonna shape them.
I get that, but a lot of kids need that. A lot of kids need
I hear that. I hear that. I
that
hear
weekend.
Yeah.
That weekend of the lollipop.
I hear
yo.
that. I hear that.
Because
I
you
hear
know,
that. I
you
hear
know
that.
what happens. You know what happens. That kid goes to school and says, "Yo, every weekend my daddy gives me." He won't give a shit about. He won't
Right,
give a
you're
shit
right.
about what the moms did all week.
You're right.
But he'll be like that. He or she will be like, "Yo, my dad comes to me every weekend with a lollipop, the same lollipop, and pushing me on that same swing
Yeah.
every weekend." And they cherish those moments because it's their dad. So at the end of the day, I feel like, yeah, the nigga. First of all, the nigga's a bitch ass nigga. Obviously, you
Nigga gonna
you
work
out
off
here.
the book
you
so
out
he
here
can't get
busting
no child
nuts.
support.
You out
You
here.
don't want to have no paper. You know what I mean? You
out
want
here.
niggas ducking the shit the whole
Right,
time. Like,
right.
you know niggas like that, man.
And I
Fuck outta here.
I fucking envy a nigga like that because I couldn't escape when I was busting nuts. I couldn't fucking run away from that shit. And I ain't gonna lie, I
Cause you're
tried.
potent.
There was times that I tried to run away from that shit,
Right,
but then
right.
I was too guilty, you know. And this
So
was
that
this is on
conscience.
this was on the level of not being in social media and shit like that. My shit didn't leak to social media,
Mm.
so it was like, yeah. After understanding that's bitch ass nigga moves, I said, nah, I got to do what I got to do. So yeah. He's a bitch ass nigga for just saying, because I'm rich, because I have the privilege of being rich, I just pay the dues, but I don't want to deal with it because now you're not holding yourself accountable for being out here busting nuts and girls.
And you really sitting here saying like a nigga that spend time with his kids is worthless, but like, all right, if a nigga could pay bread and he don't spend no time with his kid, that's fine. That sound crazy,
Yeah,
bro.
I think that's
I think it's
And you a
crazy
nigga
the
that
other way
spend
around.
time with
No,
your kids.
no,
That's the
I'm not-
crazy shit about it.
listen, I'm in the peanut gallery. I'm just talking. I'm just like, nigga, I'm the above. I'm the dad, father.
nah, but I
Question,
get it, though.
question.
I get it, though.
Question. I got a question for everybody on YouTube.
Come on.
We're gonna put this on IG and everything like that.
Go.
If Anthony Edwards paid you $100,000 a year to be a good dad to his kid, would you take the job?
Hell yeah.
100? Yeah, that guy. Yeah, shoot that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like say, yo,
Nigga,
your
Shaq's father
salary-
did it for less, nigga.
Huh?
Shaq's father did it for less.
No,
biological wouldn't bother.
It was but this is the thing. We're in a day and age where a nigga will come out and say, I don't want nothing to do with this child.
Yeah.
But you're willing to pay child support.
Yeah, give me a buck.
How about paying a guy,
Send that.
paying to be a good dad to your kid?
Yeah.
create a job listing.
Man,
Yeah.
I said that
You'll
nigga
take that
spread-
job?
I said that nigga a spreadsheet every week too. Yo, this week he worked on his left hand, and this jump shot mid range. Like nigga, I'm getting this nigga nice, nigga. Like let's go, nigga.
I'm taking that Adventureland this weekend, so I'm
nigga.
need that bread a little early.
Biological with a bottle.
This
I'm gonna need that check a little earlier than usual.
You know what the crazy shit about it is? This nigga's, I think he's such an idiot because him being who he is, being the genes that he has, he's probably gonna produce another athlete, right? And I think he's stupid to the point where he be a nigga that go broke after he leaves. And that next wave of one of his kids that he don't want to fuck with might be an NBA next. You understand?
He's not stupid. He's resentful.
No, he's ignorant. No, I think he's ignorant of family. I think because he doesn't have that going on.
No, but he's really mad at the baby mom because he kind of feels like he's been put in a situation where she could have just fixed it for the absorbent money that he was going to give it to her.
Yeah,
and she's going for the long game. So he's looking like he's trying to punish her.
Right. So I agree with you. I agree with you on that because again, in this situation, it's with every social media more than likely is going to solely hold him accountable and not the girl that was under him taking that nut, knowing that this nigga wasn't trying to take care of no kid.
That's what she did for, though.
You 37 fucking years old.
That's what she did for.
Not unless
that's a lottery ticket.
It's different. It's different if the nigga was if the nigga's beating it up and saying, I want you to have my kid, and then she has his kid, and then he's like, nah, I didn't want that. It's different if he was just like, nah, we just fucking tonight. And then he busted up in her, and she's like, "Well, no, I'm gonna have this rich nigga's kid."
It's different if he wearing a rubber. Be held
accountable for that.
It's different if he wearing a rubber, and she says she on birth control, and I'm wearing a rubber on top of that.
There's also those stipulations as well.
But yo, bro, he old enough to understand how women get pregnant. How women get pregnant.
Not really.
No. You're right. No.
He not old enough to understand how women get pregnant.
No, he's not.
That's true. All right, listen.
On the textbook side of things,
yes.
According to the textbook, yes, he is old enough.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, but on the reality,
you talking about a nigga who's rich at 23. I kind of
rich earlier than 23.
Right. No, but I'm saying he's currently rich at 23 years old. So yeah, filthy rich. Then yeah. And then he didn't have a family. He didn't have that father to teach him how to be a man. He probably didn't have anybody teach him self-control or tell him like, yo, you can't just be out here fucking girls. So he's like, yeah, no, why would I take care of my responsibilities? I didn't have to do it then. I didn't have to do it when I was fucking 17. Why I got to do it at 23 when I got fucking loads of money?
Life is show you. Life is going to show you.
Yeah, no, life is definitely going to kick him in his fucking nuts.
Yeah. So social media, YouTube, if he offered you the job to be the father of his child that he doesn't want to take care of, would you take the job?
You gonna have women saying, yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah, I'll be that nigga's father.
Take that job.
Shit, if he pays me to be his father, I'd do it. I'd take the fucking money. That nigga's 23. I'm old enough to be that nigga's father.
Another story that happened this week with the Just Hilarious, a Breakfast Club kind of thing, right? Just took. Do we have a clip on it?
No. You want to go to the Umar thing?
Well, I think we kind of covered it. Yeah.
All right, let's go. All right. Yeah, we didn't do no clip for the Just Hilarious though.
All right. Yeah. So Jess went on Instagram Live, and she aired out her frustrations with the Breakfast Club, saying that when she came back from maternity leave, the girl that she chose to take over for her, which is Lauren LaRosa.
She chose her?
Yeah.
She chose her?
Yeah. She chose Lauren and then she kind of stayed in the spot, and she kind of felt like there was like a little bit of a tension and a little bit of an uneasiness because she didn't really know her position and they were all there. And she was kind of airing out her frustration. Then he took it on air the next day. And they kind of hashed it out. It was smart. It made some good radio. I really kind of.
You thought that was good?
You thought it was smart?
You thought that was good radio?
For her to go on there and air it out.
I think it was smart for them to come on the radio the next day or so and hash it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because at least they get ahead of their own
You mean
story.
to resolve after the back and forth from the first day.
Well, yeah, at least the semi-conflict resolution
Okay.
live
okay.
live on the air.
Yeah,
where
yeah. If they aired it out on
Yeah,
the air, they
yeah,
should
yeah.
resolve it. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So it kind of, I've heard a lot of people give their opinions on it. The only opinion that I haven't heard on it, and the only angle that I haven't seen taken on it, was just hilarious. Is a mother, and she took maternity leave while she took a job at the same time. She's in a relationship, so she had that duality of starting a family, taking time away while starting her career.
Mhm.
The other girl, Lauren, she doesn't have a family, she doesn't have anything, so she could go all in on her career.
Mhm.
And it's kind of like they came to a head, and it's kind of like who wins that situation, because in the long run, Lauren is gonna, maybe she's gonna want to take time off to start a family or something like that down the line or anything like that. But that's the way I kind of looked at it. Like Jess had her situation, she took her time, had her family, she had her children when it was planned for her to have it, and it's just kind of tough for women to find that common ground, like in between, right?
Yeah. Ultimately, that's that decision that has to be made, and it's all right. Do I choose this or do I choose that? Because they have a window. They have a window on both sides.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So of having children and also on capitalizing on financial situations or opportunities,
career,
right? And I feel like you could be you could try to have some balance, but you got to realize that when you trying to build a family, you're gonna miss opportunities. That happens to, and this is the thing, man. People got to realize that men go through the same thing, and women go through the same thing.
Right.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we have babies too.
Yeah,
no,
one
okay.
cares
You
when
got
niggas have
wait.
babies.
You don't think a dude that has a family doesn't take certain risks versus a nigga that doesn't have a family?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You spend more money.
I don't know.
No.
Like,
I mean,
if y'all make
all right. Wait, hold on. We just spoke about a situation with another person that wants to do a podcast that we probably can't do because we're married guys and we got families or whatever. It's like certain opportunities you can't really take advantage of.
Yeah,
there's certain risks you can't take because you have a family.
Yeah, it's for our own best interest.
No, absolutely. But what I'm trying to say is like ultimately, you got to do things differently when you have a family.
It's not even close. It's not even close to like getting your dream job and then having to go into human resources 3 months or 4 months in and telling them that I'm pregnant and I'm gonna be taking maternity leave after being here. Then you're gonna have to hire somebody on per diem to do my job while I'm away. It's like,
so you understand these other ones. You understand these Ebony K. Williams, these Melissa Fords, and
I
these
definitely
women.
understand them. Yeah,
okay.
I definitely understand. They just rolled it
Ebony
too
K. Williams
far.
is a different story.
But as a man, you definitely understand it. Like you kind of relate more.
They're more like men, right?
Yeah, they're honestly, they're more like men because they're more career orientated.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Cigars and Whiskey blows up. We have to hire a producer. We decide that we want a woman.
What the hell am I doing here?
I was about to say.
Right, no, shut up. Change the camera.
Well, that's
Go
it for
black.
that's it for the show.
Right.
All right.
You should be on the mic. That's the thing. You don't want to be on the mic. That's
Somebody wants to be on the mic.
We're gonna hire a second producer. I'm sorry. All right. It's a young woman.
Staff.
Mhm.
We're gonna hire staff.
We want to hire a staff, right? Payroll, everything like that. It's a 25-year-old woman, but she lives with her boyfriend, and any day now
she gonna be like she
about to
pregnant.
get knocked up. Are you gonna hire her knowing that any day now I'm hiring her just to pay her to have a kid?
You can't pinpoint when a woman is
If
gonna
her,
have.
boy,
You
if
can't.
her boyfriend is Anthony Edwards, yeah.
Right? I don't know. I don't know. It's just that's the only thing I saw in that. I just saw Lauren had the heads up in that situation because she was all in on the Breakfast Club. She saw that opportunity and she just lasered it on it, and she won it because she lasered in on it. Jess kind of wanted to do a little bit of the comedy, and she wanted to have a family at the same time.
Mhm.
She almost looked like to us like she half-assed it.
I get what you're saying,
Yeah.
because when my wife, she had told me about it, and I heard them going back and forth the day of.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. I said, damn, she went on maternity leave. She just got the job. I said it was up in limbo whether she was gonna get the job. It was like, yo, they were trying out a bunch of different co-hosts, and then she got the job.
She got it.
And then she like, yo, I'm pregnant.
Like, oh, you wildin'.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like,
it was
yo,
like-
you got to solidify yourself first, and then be like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, she jumped the gun.
Shorty.
But on the flip side of it, you have to have your children when you have your children, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it also doesn't mean that that your opportunity gets held for you. What you think this is? We're talking about the biggest radio show in America right now.
Yeah.
You can't walk in here and be like, all right, I got the job, now I'm about to leave. That's just like a nigga walking in on a job and then getting injured. You walk in a job and get injured, you replaceable, nigga.
Yeah.
Just it's the same type of situation. Now, granted, unfortunately, you're gonna have some women riled up at that statement and say being injured is not the same as getting pregnant. I get it, but it's
that doctor said you
but
can't-
it also means that you can't be there. It also means that your absence means it declares that you are replaceable.
Yeah.
It officially makes you replaceable. Your absence on the job makes you replaceable, because once they realize that they don't need you, or they can use somebody else to fit that position, they're gonna use somebody else to fit that position. Again,
that
we're
person
talking about
fits
the
that
biggest
position
radio
and
show,
just shines.
the biggest terrestrial radio show in America.
Yeah.
Now, my opinion, I never thought Jess Hilarious was a good fit in that situation anyway.
I like her.
I think Laura LaRosa
like
is
her.
much better.
Me too, but
I think Laura LaRosa is much better. And then think about it. The show didn't start with Jess Hilarious. She also replaced somebody else who everybody thought when she left it wasn't going to be the same. It's still the biggest terrestrial radio show in America. It's just that the person who started with it has been replaced. So yeah, you can be replaced.
and
First
the
of all-
person that she replaced never took an absorbent amount of time neither.
That's
Right.
who she's gonna be. If she don't have kids, that's exactly who she's gonna be.
Put it Lauren.
She's more like a Yee.
Right.
Yeah.
She's
And
more
I
like
think she's a much better fit for the job.
Mm.
It's just, you can't walk into a situation and be like, all right, well, thanks for the job. Now I'm going to take my leave. I'm going to go on vacation. I mean, again,
Paid vacation.
not a vacation, but it's technically I'm going to be gone. Thanks for the job. Now I'm leaving. You just can't do that. And you can be mad at it when you can be mad at it all you want, but that's the reality of the situation. You can't take a brand new job and then say, all right, I'm leaving. And I get it. I'm not mad at her for having a kid. I don't even think Jess Hilarious is not talented. I just don't think she was a good fit for the Breakfast Club. I think she should have her own radio show somewhere else. I think
she could have moments of invisibility.
I think she needs to be she's good to be a lone star of her own situation,
She
because
ain't
I
gonna
think
be
she's
there.
that talented.
She trying to do too many other things.
I don't
If
think
you're
she-
trying to do radio, you got to be radio. Radio is a steady job. You got to live in that place next to the
But she's also a comedian.
next to
Steve Harvey
comedians
does mad jobs.
right? But comedians,
but Steve Harvey
also
is
not
there.
good. Comedians are not good for sharing the spotlight, unless it's with other comedians. She's not sharing the spotlight with other comedians. She's not a good fit there.
Yeah, ultimately, when it comes to like morning shows and radio, the comedian is not the lead. They're like the
It's like the third mic.
yeah,
Like the
yeah,
C
yeah.
mic,
Like
honestly.
only person that's like Steve Harvey's like the only one that I know that like really as a comedian runs a morning show.
Are there any women that kind of do that job besides we had Wendy and we had Angie.
They don't
it's
do
like,
they don't do
are there
morning
any-
show.
Yeah,
They do afternoons.
Right.
well, we have a radio expert here. I'm down to know what
Yeah.
Corey Cool thinks about
Yes.
it. And Corey Cool, let's bring us home on this topic, please.
All right, well, you got to leave me. What are you asking me exactly?
Yeah, just what do you think about the whole Angela Yee? Lauren LaRosa And
Well,
who else
okay,
is in it? Just
so
hilarious
Lauren LaRosa, I believe, was hired as a news producer.
And she's actually a journalist.
She is a producer, yeah.
Yeah, she was hired as a producer. So that means to help navigate a lot of the content that is going to be aired and delivered that particular content for a morning show.
Right.
When she left, now I'm going to tell you the truth. The Breakfast Club is under the umbrella of iHeart Radio.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure a new person that walks in and takes a job can pick who is going to be their replacement. I'm just not sure of that because,
Yeah.
like I said, this is iHeartRadio.
Mhm.
This is a national conglomerate company. This is not your local radio station. You know, when you go to apply to, you can't apply to the Breakfast Club.
Right.
You apply to iHeartRadio, and then they find a place for you to go if it works, whether it's Atlanta, whether it's, you know, New York, whether it's, you know, anywhere else. So so your main question is what exactly, GB? Do I think what?
Who do you think is a better fit for that?
Well, probably Lauren LaRosa is probably the better fit. And the reason why I say that is because you have a strong opinionated mic already, which is who?
Charlamagne.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have the driver, which is who?
Envy.
Okay. So you need a person to be able to bring the information to deliver that to the A and B mics.
Yeah.
And you realize, I don't know if, and I say this with all due respect, I don't know if you look at the clips, you realize that Jess is kind of ad-libbing. She's not necessarily delivering comedy gold on these particular shows.
Right.
Also
under delivering.
Right.
I would hate to say undelivering, but I would
It
just say
it is under delivering.
but I would just say there's so many spots to, for instance, on a basketball team, there's only so many shots that can go up, right?
Yeah.
So we've seen teams get star players where they don't fit because a certain person needs the ball, right? You know, Envy has to have the ball a certain amount of times. You know that Charlamagne is going to have the ball a certain amount of times, right? He's the first pass.
Yeah.
Right. Now, the other person is the person that is going to help the play go through, which is Lauren. You know what I'm saying? So to me, you also have to think the nature of the Breakfast Club is a 3 mic situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not a 4 mic situation. It's just not enough reps kind of to go around. I do believe kind of what Doc says, where Holly says, where it's more of, I do believe Jess could probably be a star of her own show, midday or something along those lines. I'm not sure. I'm just saying, you know, because, you know, maybe she had the kid and maybe now she can be.
See, that's the problem.
I do also think that
she's having babies all the time. She's had a baby, yo.
I also
time off.
I also
I'm like, I don't want to do.
I also think that throughout her rant, you know, she could have said some things that a big company like iHeartMedia could take personal, where she says things like, I don't need radio, I don't need these things.
Yeah.
You have to remember, as Holly said, it is the #1 market, New York.
Yeah.
And probably the biggest syndicated radio show in the country.
Right.
So when you use words like, I don't need this, believe you me, they don't need you.
Right.
Yeah, she probably gonna eat those words.
And you know, greatly, she could either be replaced or just not even replaced at all, just, you know, kind of left out.
Yeah.
Radio is a space where you have people want to feel that you are connected to the community.
Yeah.
We do know that Jess is not from New York City.
Right. which makes it worse for her to say. I
Yeah,
don't need
yeah.
radio
You're
because
not from New
there's-
York City.
There's a lot of New York niggas that were like, yeah, she was
In
it.
it.
She was the fit. She was the right one. But for her to,
But once again, like I said, when you come to that show dynamic,
yeah,
you know, the person like Lauren who's going to have connections to, well, look at the music. The music is giving you news that you have to focus on. People are going through legal things, like legal matters are a huge portion of what is being spoken about, right? And you have Lauren who has keys and ties to those particular areas right now. Just is only is comic relief,
right.
right? So if you think about it, where do you think the importance lies as far as who to keep? Also, let's double back one more. Not that women should be shamed or penalized for having families. Should not be. No way, shape, form, or fashion. But in the nature of the business, who is going to be there? Who's going to be on call? Who's going to be available? Who is going to be accessible?
Because it's still a business.
Because it is still a business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you're doing shows from home and things of that nature, it always plays into fact of whether or not you're needed. And when you go on record to say I don't need this,
yeah,
you know,
because on Hot 97 we watched the other girl have a baby, right?
Well, see, okay, so Laura Stiles had a baby, a morning show,
but she was like tenured in. She was
absolutely. She's also
she probably had a baby during COVID. I think I remember. Like,
yeah,
she was like, oh, we gonna be home anyway.
She's the C Mike. She's the C.
Right.
She's the C Mike.
Yeah.
She's behind Ebro, right? And the show seamlessly they didn't replace her. See, the difference is that Hot 97, as of a company, didn't bother to replace her. You know, they let her do her little spots from inside. They kept it more family, where you know you have Ebro, you know you have Rosenberg, you know you have my man, what's my man name? The black, the dread who was.
I don't watch this shit anyway.
I do. I do.
Yeah.
You know, you have DJ John, Shiny Culture.
Yeah,
God,
I think it
golly.
helps that they're not in the spotlight either.
No,
You know what I mean?
but they are to a degree.
Yeah,
they are to a degree. You had Shawnee step out from behind the board, and he's like the D mic per se.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. They didn't bother to. They just kind of everybody took maybe a smidgen more responsibility. But like I said, she made it her business to go, and I wouldn't be totally surprised. Well, put it this way: from now on, she better be there. She better be there. Okay. She better be there at all times. Because
I think she's gonna lose it. I think.
Yeah, I think.
No, but I mean, listen, yo, Ron, I can't totally disagree. For a extremely large company that does not need you at home.
Right into the wall.
Yeah, I think she needed the Breakfast Club more than the Breakfast Club needed her.
Well, that's a fact.
Yeah.
You know, because once again, when she did land it, I'm sure that there was many of people who were like, what does she have to do with anything? You know, as a person like myself who was in radio, I'm like, yo, there's 1,000 more people that could have possibly
definitely
taken that space.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? 1,001 people who could have taken that space. Now, mind you, minus Lauren's presence at all. Comic relief could be a positive.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the show dynamic is not based on comic relief. You know what I mean? I could see maybe, let's say they had a comic there beforehand and she's just replacing that particular comic. What, you know, that too. But I just feel like now that you have Lauren's position is more needed in that show dynamic. I think
well, let's just take it like today. I listened to a Jonathan Majors interview. He got that movie coming out. Right. And Jonathan Majors was up there. He was talking to it. Jess didn't even watch the movie. Like Charlamagne and Lauren watched the movie, and they were asking them questions about the movie.
Yeah.
And Jess was like, yo, I got paid to watch a Tyler Perry thing because I reviewed Tyler Perry things.
There it is.
So it's just like, yo, you just half assing it. It just
Radio's
just
a tough
can't-
job.
It just
But
didn't
yeah,
write
but see,
itself.
I
Just had, yo, if you got a nigga there, everybody else saw the movie.
Kind of piling on.
See, I lose respect for Jess Hilarious over this situation.
Yeah,
because,
piling on.
because
these niggas don't. Every time somebody comes there, they don't read the books, they don't watch the movies.
But they did.
And
this
you're
time.
supposed, Ron,
bullshit through it.
Ron,
They bullshit through
Ron,
the interview.
nah.
But
Ron,
they did this
you're
time.
supposed to.
You're supposed to do your
You're
work.
supposed to.
You're
Number
do your
one.
research.
Okay, listen, hold on, wait.
Yo,
Let me say one thing, and I'm gonna back up.
Yeah.
Number one, you are supposed to.
Mm.
Now, let's just say, Ron, people got busy lives, but if there's 4 people on the panel and 3 have watched it, including Charlemagne, who's probably
the busiest out
of everybody. Well, Envy, you know, that might be
Envy,
yeah.
Envy too,
Let's say
Envy too.
Envy's the
Envy
busiest.
wasn't there though.
Envy got all them kids and all that other shit. But let's just say if Charlemagne watched the movie, you should have watched that movie. You should have been, because I want to know. I didn't hear the interview, but I want to know from your point of view, how involved in the interview was she?
Yeah.
Was she involved in the interview?
She was involved in the interview because coming off of the thing, she felt like she was in competition.
But
with
wait, in an ad lib space?
Yeah, I was about to say what
she was
her...
trying to get her questions in, but her questions were more general questions. And she did ask good questions. I can't do that. They were asking questions more about the movie and where he is now. She brought up like when homie hugged his wife.
So the hard question. So the
out
of bounds hard
she
question.
did come a little controversial. I'm gonna give her that.
That's fine.
She played what Charlemagne would have done, but
yeah, but
now he's might be okay.
No, but see, here's my thing, and this is why I lose respect for Jess with this situation. All right, we're not judging you. We're not taking away from you that you had a kid. We're taking away from you that you not that you are mad at. You're mad at somebody else for filling a position that people just happen to say that she might be better at than you. Now you got to understand, you didn't start radio.
Sure.
You replaced somebody. Same thing with Laura Stiles. Laura Stiles, she had a kid. She could have been replaced. I think where she got lucky, you said she had a baby during COVID.
Yeah.
That's where she got lucky.
Yeah.
She had a baby during COVID.
Everybody was home.
Everybody was home.
Yeah.
That's where she got lucky. If she had a baby in 2024, 2025, her ass would have got fucking replaced because they didn't start radio. Remember, Laura Stiles replaced K Fox in the morning.
Right. Yeah,
Nope, they didn't start radio.
Yeah.
So
No,
Jess
you're not big
Hilarious,
in the game.
Jess Hilarious is she's being a bitch about this situation
and you have no experience in radio on top of
this
that.
is your first couple of months in radio.
Yeah.
And then you get mad because somebody who's actually a journalist and actually does the work
for TMZ as well, right?
is about to replace you.
Is it okay to replace women because they get pregnant?
Well, okay, I'll listen.
But you gotta fill in the spot. You gotta fill in the spot.
So I work in.
You gotta fill in the spot. You again, if
they're
you
keeping
just
the world going though, like
if you just got a job, I get it. But if you got a job, if you just got hired on a job, and 2 months in you get injured, and you want to walk around talk about where's my workers' comp, I want to, and you still want to get paid. You get paid your workers' comp, you get paid your disability, but now somebody else is filling that position. So by the time you get there, they're like, "Oh yeah, go do paperwork." You can't be mad that somebody sent you to do paperwork when you wanted to be out in the field because your ass got injured on a job.
You have a job. You can't lose your job because you got injured.
Right. You can't lose your job because you got injured.
Your job because you got pregnant.
No. Not that you can lose your job because you got pregnant. But if somebody comes in there and they're more competent than you are and they didn't get pregnant or they didn't get injured, they can replace you. You are replaceable.
That sounds crazy though.
No, listen. Okay, so for me, right? As far as my day job is concerned, right? I work in a school and women get pregnant all the time. Okay, some of it boils down to your time that you put in,
right?
Some of it boils down to, what administration felt you put in while you were there,
right?
So let's just give it sake. There's a woman who's got the job. She's teaching, and before she left, administration saw that there was a sense of lacklusterness and things of that nature. Now, or let's use the word tenure, because first of all, if this were that particular situation, Miss Hilarious would have not qualified to be tenured. She didn't make it there yet, right? Laura Stiles, on the other hand, let's just say she might have made the spot to be tenured.
Right.
Now, what tenured means, like Doc says, is that, or what GB you just spoke about, is you have a job still.
Right.
It may
You
not
can't
be in the same
replaced just
exact
because-
space.
Right.
Why? Because we found somebody in your absence that took advantage, and we see upside to that particular person.
Right.
To a certain degree, you got to respect it. All right, I'll use
You can't
my
start a
no.
beef over that
Listen. I will
That's
use.
wild.
I'm gonna use myself as an example. When I had my daughter the first time, I took 5 days off. Came right back to the same spot, no issue. When I had my son 6 years later, I decided, let me take some time to just be with my son or whatever the case was. When I was time to come back, I was moved. I was moved straight up out of my spot.
Right.
Was I totally disgruntled? Absolutely. But what I realized is the head of special education played chess. They took me and moved me in a space where I wasn't necessarily day one needed, but by day 30, it played right into play. I was kind of put in a position ahead of time.
Right.
Than whatever the case was.
Right.
I was upset about it. Extremely.
Yeah, but you also didn't go. You also didn't
No.
go there and be like, I didn't really need this job anyway.
Right, but I was I can't lie to you. I was extremely upset all the time, effort I put in. You guys going to move me, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
But the truth about it was,
Well, what do you think happened when you were gone?
In my absence, they hired someone.
They had to.
They had to
Right.
fill the role in which I fulfilled.
Yeah.
Right.
And that person exceeded expectations.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So
Right.
what they did was they dropped me in a space that was lacking.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? That
Right.
was open and needed a person like myself.
Right.
All right, you're gonna go here.
Yeah.
All right, Peter.
I was
Dig
tight.
your way out this shit.
No,
Peter.
it wasn't that. I thought of it. Like I said, more. Listen, the first 15, 20 hour day week, I was pissed. How could they do that?
Right.
Right. But then when you look back and you realize the person that they filled you with is fulfilling the role that you feel fulfilled.
Yeah.
You just try your best to fit a new mold. But the truth is, as far as Just Hilarious goes, I think
Yeah, you talking about dudes, and you want to be about the huddle. Let me comment on the dudes though. Yo, I'm a man that had my kids 1999, 2013. I went to work the day after, both kids. I look at niggas who be taking time. It's take advantage ass niggas. Yo.
Well, this is the thing,
Yo,
over
you taking paternity leave. Yo, it's 2025.
Mhm.
It's owed to you.
Mhm.
Salute, but you playing the girls' game.
Yeah.
Well, I will.
honestly don't
Hold on,
mind
no. I will deliver a silent fuck you on the low.
that.
but from there,
I-
let me get into a little bit of
I
facts.
don't mind that though.
Hold on, no. Let me preface that. I'll preface that. I'll preface that by saying I worked 14 years on this particular job.
Right.
I took 2 months off. Right.
Mhm.
All of the time that I had was sick days that I had saved up.
Yeah.
So
That's
the
what-
reason why I'm delivering the silent fuck you is because I earned every day that I took off.
Yeah.
I wasn't delivered anything particularly for
Yeah.
those days that I took. It was all days out of my sick bank.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why I decided to take those days off. The 5 days that I took off prior, I didn't get paid for. So I took a pay cut
Mm.
to stay in the hospital those particular days. Now, do I can I deliver you, aside of the fuck you, can I deliver you props for going the day right after? I can do that because because I do think that there's a strength in that, considering what everybody's going to. I also want to give a strength to your lady for allowing you to go directly.
Yeah.
I got off of work and took him home.
Yeah.
All right, well, gangster shit. But I'm just saying, you know, the days that I was so quote unquote given, I actually earned those particular days in that particular time. You know what I'm saying? Would I do it again? Probably not, because my whole shit was twisted up when it happened.
That's the jewel. That's the jewel.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything you were saying.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Now let's give advice.
Right. Yeah.
To the father. Like, would you do it again? Like, how would you handle it differently? I know you stacked up your days. You do it. Now, what advice do you have for fathers who want to
maybe not as much time as I took? Okay. I wouldn't.
I think it depends on the job, because nigga, when you work a federal, city, whatever type of job, you are allotted that time. Like, literally, you're allotted that time, and you come back. Legally. You're supposed to have your same position. But that's my point with Just Hilarious. This ain't the city, nigga. If you want to go work a city job and you expect to go on maternity leave and come back to have that same position, then you go apply for the fucking city, bitch.
But also,
we're talking about talent. We're talking about talent. We're talking about based on talent and work.
But wait, you know what? But you know what? Let's just say Just Hilarious worked 14 years on that job.
If she worked 14 hours. If she worked but that's the point. That's what I'm saying. That's the point. She worked 14 days on that shit and then said, I gotta go.
But that time is allowed for women. When men are taking that time, it's like
when you work for the city, or you work for the fucking post office or some shit like that. Yeah, you get that. This is shit that has nothing to do with that. This is based on your talent, and this talent is recycled. That shit is replaceable every year. There are kid actors that become adult actors and then fall off. And then what happens? They take the next kid actors and make them stars. Everybody is fucking replaceable in the land of talent.
I guess that's the general jewel, is that everybody's replaceable.
Everybody's replaceable. And you replace somebody else. So how dare you have a fucking the fucking audacity to be like, how dare this bitch try to replace me when this is a job based on talent and work and the work that you put in.
And they never brought that up once on the radio. Like,
because they would not.
That she had a freaking kid, or the fact that when she came back, she went out and did comedy shows. Like, they danced around the whole main issue.
Audacity. That's
why I was like,
ridiculous.
yo, like, this is bullshit. Like,
I didn't see the resolution.
I didn't have a real
lose that fucking
here.
job.
Niggas talking about talk time. They talking about people talking over each other and talking about shit. They talking about, yo, man, you just got this job and you got knocked up. What are you doing?
Okay.
No, come on, Ron. But come on, Ron. Be the voice of reason, Ron. What you got, Ron?
Ultimately, I think the conversation is about what women go through. Like,
that's
where they have to, like, this has been going on for centuries. You know what I mean? Like, women have to take time off to have babies.
Yes, right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's not like they could just sit home and do nothing. They sit at home, they have babies, and they got to stay with those babies for at least a minimal amount of time.
They have to have healthy pregnancies, early pregnancies, get them done, 12 weeks, put the baby in daycare, and we getting right back to work.
This situation, right? This is the first time a situation like this has been highlighted.
Yes,
right.
No one's talking about it. Cigars and Whiskey, the greatest podcast on this planet.
Greatest.
They don't want to talk about what's really going on, right? See,
in the world,
yo, Holly is saying it's about talent, but there's a ton of women that got jobs that don't have as much publicity as the Breakfast Club, that are executives, this, that, and the third. Now you understand why Ebony K. Williams don't got kids or whatever. It's like freezing
No, she
eggs
does
and
now,
shit like that,
but
right?
yeah, she went and made her
went
own.
and- yeah, she thought her shit
She
out.
pregnant now?
No, she had a
I
kid.
think she
She
dropped.
has a kid.
Yeah,
She had a baby.
She currently
already?
has a kid, but she had to go make that shit herself
yeah.
in the factory.
She gave birth to the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
She thought him out
Like-
and then got,
Well,
Like
Birth
Angela
from
Yee, she
somewhere.
don't got no kids, right? She
Yeah, I
has
know it look
all the
good, don't
opportunity.
it?
She leaves Breakfast Clubs, does her own show, does a podcast, or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? So ultimately, women really have to make a choice. And the fucked up shit about it is that they have to bring money in now. It's like, yo, you got to bring in bread. Like
Yeah.
your husband is saying, like, yo, where's the check at? Where your paycheck at?
Yeah,
I
that's
know you just had a baby, but yo, go
That's
out and
true.
work and get that bread too.
that's true.
Gotta make
That's
money.
true.
You know
but,
what I mean? So-
but knowing that this is what you're gonna go through, you can't have the audacity to be like, yeah, well, I'm too good for this anyway. Like I didn't really
Feel
need
me?
this shit anyway.
That shit was
Like, I
just
think
like,
that's just
wildin'.
I think that's wrong.
Unless it was a spark
maybe
to have everybody talking about it and to get eyes on them and to get it
Now,
moving.
now
now
that's
maybe
fine.
everybody's
That's
gonna
fine.
watch.
If
Maybe
I
it's like,
if
yo, you
I
know
heart
what?
if iHeart went to her and said, "Yo, beef this beef up
Give me
because
something.
it's bringing ratings," fine. That's fine.
Right.
But that's also the reason why we sit here talking about it now. Anyway.
Yeah, ultimately she will be fine because she's.
I don't think so.
No, I think so.
she's
I
fine.
think so.
She'll be fine.
She has all the
She
talent.
had
But that's my
She
point.
had the opportunity. She did it. Right?
Right.
She did it already. Right.
Right.
She could do comedy based off this shit for the next 2 years.
She definitely can.
Can't earn the same living.
I
off of
think-
salary.
You think she get paid a lot to that shit?
yeah,
No, but
radio.
I'm talking
yeah,
about
radio.
to be a comedian and to
You
eat-
think she get paid a lot?
I'm not talking about getting paid a lot. I'm talking about to make money as a comedian. You have to go on a road with a young child. Now you're really gonna make a tougher decision. You can't be a mother.
She already
to
had a
young
kid, bro. This is
children.
not her first kid.
Yeah, but you're gonna be on the road. You gotta
Oh, she
be
did? I didn't know she had a
in
kid.
Chicago, Connecticut. You gotta go on the road
She
every weekend. I listen to
got-
podcasts.
Wait a minute,
Yo,
wait a
bro.
minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a
She
minute.
do. She
This
do
ain't her
skits with
first kid?
No, she
No,
got.
no,
she
she
do.
got
She
all
do.
kids.
She
Fuck
do.
her.
She do
Fuck
videos.
her. Get the fuck ready. Get out of here. Get this bitch out of here.
She do videos
Fuck
with
just
her baby
hilarious.
pops. She do videos with her.
Fuck just
baby.
hilarious. This ain't her first kid and she's complaining. Get the fuck out of here. No, I thought this was her first kid. I thought this was her first situation.
She never complained about having a kid. She complained about the her feeling not at home when she got back into the fold of the show.
Because nigga, you auditioned for
No.
a job, you got the job, and you said, "All right, I gotta go."
Ultimately, you see why.
You didn't have to have
No,
another kid.
See,
You had kids already.
All right, I get it. But the thing is, ultimately, I guess we're not supposed to be talking about the kid or her having a kid. That's
Yeah.
not supposed to be a topic of conversation.
Right.
Maybe that's taboo. So nobody's bringing it up. For some reason, nobody's bringing up the fact that she left and went on maternity leave because you probably can't say nothing about that.
That's bullshit because what if they didn't announce it? What if they didn't announce, yeah, she's having a kid and she just disappeared? Everybody's gonna be like, well, what the fuck? I thought Jess Hilarious was supposed to be a part of this show. Where the hell does she go? Who's this new bitch?
You can't, and if you work for a major company, I think that you said that iHeartRadio, whatever.
Yes.
Or-
iHeartRadio is the entity that is
Or-
that's the
top umbrella.
yeah.
All right, so and if they're working for a big corporation, HR wise or whatever, you can't say like, "Yo, you fucked up because you had a kid." You can't tell no woman that.
No.
Ultimately, like you can't say
but it is public.
no. It's what I'm trying to
But
say
they're
is
not
that
taking her job from her. They're just saying like somebody was doing it better, so you're gonna have to sit down with this chick now, and y'all gonna have to be a foursome.
no. All right, so if you telling somebody that you might have lost a position or whatever, you can't do the job because you were pregnant, is like telling somebody you can't do the job because you too old.
No, it's like
It's sort of like discrimination.
No, it's like how
Yeah, well,
homeboy
which is why
got
they
his-
can't.
got his job. Like it's like in sports. You could lose your job if you get injured.
Which is why they can't fire. her.
No, that's not the same.
No,
You
it's
can
not.
lose
It's
your
not.
job if you get injured, dog.
Yeah,
It's
you
not-
could lose your lose your job in sports if you get injured. But
Yeah,
you can't
Tom
say, you
Brady-
You're gonna,
Tom
Brady
you're gonna
got
say
his
getting
job.
pregnant is like getting injured.
Tom Brady,
You can't say that.
outperform-
You know what? I didn't
Wait,
think
wait,
about
what I'm
that.
saying-
What happens?
if-
What happens if a WNBA player gets pregnant?
It's not the same as getting injured. You cannot say that.
No, but I'm saying, like, what
close.
happens? What's the
If you're a
stipulation?
champion,
Like, what,
if you're in a
cannot-
championship,
You
you're
cannot
damn
say
near
it.
injured.
You can't say it.
You can't have sex for 6 weeks.
We could all be in this room, right?
Yeah.
So we can know
That's
what
major.
we,
That's
no,
a big
hold on,
important
no.
part.
We could all be in this room, right? A woman gets WNBA player gets pregnant, and we
Yeah.
say, "Yo, we the GM, we the office, we gonna we train this chick because we can't tell her that she's getting traded because she's
That's why they
pregnant.
all lesbians.
Right.
No, you got to find another reason. You
Right.
can't say that.
right? No, I get that. I understand that, but I'm saying, what is the stipulate? Like, what happens if a WNBA player gets
Nothing.
pregnant?
It's the unwritten
Nothing.
rule.
You got it. You have
She
to.
gets
you
the maternity leave, but then I guess they got to find another player to play her position.
Yeah, but you still
Right.
got to pay
They
her.
got to pay two people.
And I get that. And I get that.
talent
And I'm not hating. I'm not hating on the
let
fact
the team
that
down.
I'm not hating on the fact that Just Hilarious had a kid. That's fine. That's fine. The problem is she's upset because there was somebody that was a little more competent at the job that replaced her. That the company said
and wanted it too. Wanted
right,
it real bad.
and wanted it, and then the company said, "All right, well, she got the ratings going, but we can't fire Jess because she got pregnant.
Probably won't pick
But-
her back up.
And she's on the
Just,
contract.
but we
And
won't.
she's a
but we
Charlemagne
won't-
hire.
Probably
but-
won't pick her
but
back
we
up.
won't pick her back up. But at the same time, then Just Hilarious gets on social media and says, "I didn't need radio anyway." Now she gave him the green light to be like, "All right, well, Charlemagne and Envy, if y'all want to keep y'all jobs, y'all got to start pushing her away.
No,
y'all
it's
gotta
over.
start giving her the cold shoulder.
I believe it's over for
Y'all
her.
got to start
right?
pushing her to the back because she is no longer a part of this situation. But
Ultimately,
we can't fire legally. We can't
Yeah, you
fire her
can't.
because she
Legally,
got
no.
pregnant.
yeah, you
My
can't do that.
point is the audacity of Just Hilarious is
Wholeheartedly
it was
agree.
a fucked up. She fucked up
Yeah.
by having the audacity to be like, "Who is this bitch to replace me? I didn't really need radio anyway."
Mm.
She made her own bed. She dug
Yeah.
her own grave in the situation.
Definitely. One question.
For a position she wasn't qualified to me for anyway.
Absolutely.
And it's proven itself.
That's subjective.
Well, she wasn't stable enough.
It's proven itself. It's proven itself
yeah, I think
because
it's proven
she's
itself.
not
It depends
good
on
at being a third mic.
It depends on what you tune in there for.
Let me ask y'all a
Right.
question
Yeah,
before
that's true.
before we wrap. We
That's
offer that one. Trump is going to dismantle the Department of Education.
Yeah.
I don't really know what that means. I've tried to do a little research on it. I know what I've seen was it was going to student loan debt was going to be handled by another thing.
Yeah.
And then
They're privatizing it more, it seems like.
yeah.
And
Does that change anything for children that go to
I
public
think
school?
I think what it does is it could be a good thing or a bad thing.
Okay.
You should
if
be
you're
good.
If you're gonna cancel, if you're gonna dismantle the Department of Education, what are you putting together that is going to help?
No,
because
so you
what a state is gonna get
what
them all,
what they're saying is that the amount of what you pay for school taxes
Mhm.
on your crib and all that shit,
Yeah.
you're gonna get that money and you could use it to send your kid to private school.
Right.
Oh, wow,
But that's what I'm
okay.
saying.
Well,
What are
that's
the
amazing.
what are the benefits of it? But first of all, but it also could mean that these private schools can raise tuition.
Yeah.
And if they can raise tuition, and then the taxes
they
that
do it anyway.
the taxes that you get for being able that you'll be able to save to put
But you
your
got to
kid
think about it like
in the
this:
what's
you
it called,
already
it's not going to matter anyway.
you're paying your school taxes, and then you still got to pay for private school anyway,
Right. And I
out of
get
your
that.
pocket.
I
Yeah.
get that. And it makes sense. That's what I'm saying. Like, how does it help? How does it hurt? And how does it help?
Well, I mean, for people who move to a
But because what it does is it doesn't get and then even in the educational system, does it mean that if it privatizes, like say our district becomes more privatized to where they can teach whatever the fuck they want to teach?
Cool. I want to.
Like,
I want
is
to.
that what
I
that
want to.
means?
I want
Is
to.
that what that means is my
But
question.
I just want to say
Yeah.
one thing that I'm really,
Sure.
really bothered about with school right now is that
sure.
it's just all really predicated on testing, on private, on state.
Yeah.
Everything is like prep for like state testing.
Right.
It's like they're not really like there's really no curriculum anymore. Everything
Right.
is like prep for like state test, and that really, really
To a
bothers
degree.
me.
Well, remember,
Okay,
you
go
got to remember that we're at certain points, the United States is not teaching you
They're
what
not the
you
pinnacle
need.
of education.
They're not teaching you what you need to survive in the United States.
Mm.
They're teaching you what they need to compete with
What they need
other
out of you.
countries.
Right.
No,
Oh, got
no,
you.
no, no,
Absolutely.
no. They're teaching you what they
Okay.
need to do to pass a test to get funding for their school.
Right. That's what I was thinking. But if you dismantle the Department of Education, if you dismantle the Department of Education, does that mean that what does that mean for school funding?
That means you get to choose where your tax dollars go.
Right. I get that, but then to where are you putting your
All
kids?
right, so I believe that some of this is
How does that affect the teachers' salaries?
That's another thing. That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
We're talking about free enterprise, right? It is a long time. Public school teachers don't really have to compete. They could give shit work or whatever and
Right.
fucking barely get the kids
But
to pass.
now it means they're gonna have to.
And yeah, if you got it, like most private schools shut down not for lack of trying or education, is because they just don't have enrollment.
Like
they don't
a
have people to pay
funding.
for it.
Yeah,
Most people
like a
can't
funding.
afford it. But if
My school did that. My school shut down because of lack of funding.
If the
like
think-
12 kids in the class.
think about it, like if everybody that owns a crib can just use their money and if they can say, yo, I want my kid to go to public or private, what would they choose? Now it becomes competitive now.
Right.
Where it's like, nah, it's not like, you got to go there.
Right.
You have to go there because that's where your tax money is going to. And if you don't
Right.
have no extra money to pay to go to this other school, you can't go there.
Right.
So the federal government subsidize private school. Public school. Who gives the most money to public school? The state.
Well,
And then the
I think
federal
more or
government-
less coming from your county initially.
Oh, okay. All right.
Your county
Okay,
taxes,
all right.
Uh,
the county that we
Tax
live in,
dollars.
your school tax dollars. That's a big
Yeah,
chunk
but
of it.
not if you get
Right.
to withhold that. Who funds that school?
That's where the problem lies at.
So then every
Oh.
school has to be competitive, which that's why I'm saying like I'm not shitting on it because it's Trump. I want to know who is it hurting, and who is it helping? What is it hurting and what is it helping? Because when you see the headline, he's shutting down the Department of Education, it sounds like to people who didn't vote for Trump, oh, he's fucking up the school system.
Yeah.
He's people everybody's gonna be dumb.
That's that Project 2025 was already in place before he was even in office or whatever. That was part of 2020.
That's fine and everything, but he's also enacting everything that Project 2025 entailed,
Mhm.
which everybody says it's going to hurt more than it's going to help. So with him shutting down the Department of Education, what is it doing? What is the purpose behind it? Because the headline makes it seem like he doesn't give a fuck about what we the kids and what we're being taught and how the schools or teachers especially. So it's like what
I think ultimately, like what he's doing with other, like no disrespect to any type of departments or anything like that, but like they're like when you work for the state, when you work for the government or whatever, like you don't have to, like if you get the gig and you get the tenure, you get the whatever, you don't have to, it's not like you could be subpar. You don't have to be an elite teacher.
right.
And I believe there's very elite public school teachers, but like the whole system.
I believe there's not a lot of elite private school teachers either. If you want to put it in,
well, ultimately you have a choice. You don't have a choice.
But
what do you mean? What choice? What do you mean? What
private
choice?
schools-
What do you mean
You
choice?
could choose to pay your tuition or not pay your tuition. But
Right.
if you don't have the extra money to pay for tuition of a private school, you
Yeah.
got your kid got to go to public school, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have a choice about them.
yeah.
If you don't have an elite private school teacher, you could just take your kid out and send them to another private school.
Right.
You don't have a choice with public school.
Right.
Right.
Private schools are way more competitive.
So
They're competitive as shit. Education, sports, everything. Program, everything has to
you
be.
have variety. If you go to public school, if you live in a certain area, you got to go to a certain school.
Yeah,
You don't really have a
you almost
choice.
force that.
You know what I mean?
The
And
only variety I think about as far as private school is the relationships that they have at the next level.
What do you mean?
no, what I'm saying is that you don't have to go to a private school that is in your neighborhood. You can go to any private school. If you could pay the tuition, you can go there.
Yeah, right.
Go anywhere.
What
No,
is
you
it
have to,
mean?
well, you have
What
to
is-
be academically
what is it-
eligible to go to that private
Yeah,
school.
What
you
is
have to have
right?
You can't just
Right.
go.
So what is
You
it?
don't have to be that to go to
So
a public
what
school.
about
So
busing?
what does it mean for public school if he shuts down the Department of Education? Because you can take your tax dollars and put your kid in private school. That's fine. But what about the people who don't want to put their kid?
Wait,
State.
But
wait, as far as
ultimately, it's
as
going
far
to
as
still be the
busing-
same. I'm going to tell you what's going to be the same.
It's gonna be the state.
busing is this the school district in which you live are required.
And like special needs.
It's the reason.
No, they required to
the,
bus you.
the
If
school
you,
the school
they got to
district.
send you wherever you.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
have
of
to
course.
send
Yeah,
you
I know.
in.
Yes.
If
No, but like
if my-
special
if-
education.
No,
busing,
no.
things
When it
like
comes,
that.
if
If
I
you
live
need
out here
spec-
and if I choose to send my kid to Amityville,
They
got to provide a bus.
Yeah,
No,
I
they
know.
don't.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
matter
they do
what
not.
time.
Private
Right.
school.
They-
Private
But if
school.
you need
Now you talk
special
about now. You
education
talk about now
for your
because
kid
no,
too.
Private
my
school
kid-
does not
my-
have public
my kid was denied
special
busing.
education.
My
It
kid was
depends
denied
on
busing
when you
based on
put the
distance.
application in too, though.
Now my kid was denied busing based on distance.
Oh, okay.
Is that far?
Yeah, about it says that 15 miles is the limit. They're saying well over
okay.
15 miles. Of course, we made a couple phone calls and like so last year we got him in late. So that was their
April is like
that
the
was their
deadline,
main
yeah.
that was their main thing. But then this year when I said we're gonna apply as soon as this year starts, they denied it based on distance. But there's kids further into the district that are
Yeah.
getting picked up by the bus. So I don't know what the stipulation was there, but we made a couple phone calls and we got in touch with a couple
it done.
of people
Mhm.
and we got it done and we're getting busted for next year. But so I mean, so that's why I'm asking what's going to happen with the Department of Education being shut down? Does that mean that it's mandatory?
I don't think a
that
lot.
it
I
doesn't
ain't
matter
gonna lie
on,
to you. I don't
that
think
it
a
doesn't
lot's
matter
gonna
on
change.
distance that they're going to have to provide busing.
You got to think about it like this. I don't think a lot's going to change because if you live in this neighborhood and you pay this much in taxes, you
Yeah.
can't afford certain private schools anyway.
Right.
But if you live over here and you pay school taxes in a more affluent neighborhood, you
Yeah.
could afford to pay for those private schools.
Yeah,
You understand what I'm saying?
But it's
So-
also a case of this particular house on this block can afford private school and they pay the taxes. Their next door neighbor pays the taxes, can't afford private school, and doesn't send their kid to private school.
That's already happening though.
That's what I'm saying.
That's already, yeah.
That's already happening.
So what is the difference if he shuts down the Department of Education? And then what happens to teacher funds? What happens to school funding? Like, does it mean that if we're able to take our taxes and take our talents elsewhere, what happens to that public school? That district public school?
I don't think it's gonna.
The
I
state,
don't think it's
the
gonna happen.
state, the
Do
county.
they still
they're gonna
get
have to-
funded the same way if the taxes aren't going into that?
No, they're going to
funding?
have to compete for the kids. They're going to have to compete. They're
Right.
going to have to raise their
But it
numbers up, and they're going to have to
But
compete
does that also mean
for the
that-
money.
Does that also mean that teachers lose salary? Does that mean that tenure gets?
There
tenure-
are going to
tenure-
be teachers that, like, if we could forecast anything that's been going on since January, people are going to lose jobs.
because
Yes.
because if we're taking if the taxes fund the district public school, if he shuts down the Department of Education, that means that the taxes the taxes that we pay to fund the public school, we can use to our own benefit. Then where's the funding for the
It
district
sounds
public
too
school?
easy because people going to be keeping their kid at home.
It's
and-
not.
and-
It's not
and
that
then
easy.
homeschooling.
It's not.
Who
That's
wants
what I'm
to do
saying.
that,
It sounds
Yo,
difficult. It
people are
sounds
going to be
crazy.
saving money.
How many people want to sit there?
People
and
are not gonna
homeschool
be
a kid?
saving
How
money,
much?
'cause
How
you
much
still gotta
money a
put that-
year do you think it's going to be? What? Maybe like $7,000-$8,000?
Hold on, wait.
It's I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
GB. So
It sounds too easy.
no, okay. The right.
No, it's
So
not
that's
easy.
where your scrutiny on standardized testing or testing is going to come into play.
right.
You know what I mean? It's gonna,
Right.
standardized testing is going to become more prevalent.
It's gonna be mandatory because
Yeah,
state
because-
testing right now
because
is mandatory.
yeah, you were pulled from wherever you were. Now we have to make sure that you have learned what you were supposed to learn. Let's say, like you said, people could pocket the money, right, and think that they can homeschool.
Right.
So how will we know that you've received the proper education? It's going to have to be through a standardized test.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So
Who's gonna
again,
admit it's gonna be a
What you
federal?
call it? They don't have
It's
to.
gonna
They
be a
don't have
federal
to
or it's gonna be a
standardized
state?
testing.
No, listen.
Private
they
schools don't have to.
They don't have to now.
No, they don't. But if
No, we
if everybody
do it, and our
pulls,
whole curriculum is based around it, and it's getting on my nerves.
If
It's like-
everybody
it's like,
pulls-
come on, like,
Because they probably get funding.
yeah, they're getting funding, and it gets like it reeks of it, like it looks like it. You know what I mean? It's our last year there.
well, let me ask you a question.
And
Without standardized testing or state testing, how can you ensure that each district is
providing
the proper education going forward? How could you tell if not at a certain point each child has to take this particular test
Well,
on grade level?
standardized testing is only English and math. There's no science.
Yes, it is.
There's
Well,
no
there's Regents
no
exams,
social studies.
state
You
Regents
talking about
exams.
Regents is in high school.
No, Regents is in 8th grade,
Well, no, we're not even there yet. I'm talking about now. I'm talking about
and it's
right
4th
now
grade. It's
in
a
like
4th grade
fifth,
test.
4th, 5th, 6th,
4th, the transition grades.
Yeah.
Transition.
Yeah, no.
But
When you get ready to change
I feel like we're
guards.
lacking in science and in social study. Those are my two subjects where I feel like we could get a little bit more representation.
Well, no, it would be
again,
it would be ELA.
that's my
It would be
question.
ELA and social studies,
That's
because math and science are always going to make sure that they're always going to be focused on math and science.
I think it's ELA and math. But
I mean,
you're the educator.
well,
I'll defer to you.
I'm just saying that it's kind of one way or the other. Let's just say you pull that where everybody's able to kind of send their kids where their money can go.
Right.
And GB brought up a good point. Some people are going to think I could do better, and they're going to keep them home. And right. So now, how do you determine who is who and what is what? It's going to have to be a standardized.
I think it's going to be a lot of the white communities, because they've
What do you
already foregone not
There's gonna
doing
be
the
a
standardized
lot- There's
testing.
gonna be a lot of
Yeah.
kids
They
in
already-
somebody's
they-
basement.
They
doing
already
that shit.
no. They've already, like, a lot of the white districts, they've
Yeah.
already foregone not doing the standardized testing.
Yeah,
to
I'm not with
go
standardized
past it,
testing at
right?
all, yeah.
So if they're not doing it anyway, and now let's say they live in let's say Franklin Square, for example, and they want to send their kid to whatever private school.
Yeah.
They weren't taking standardized testing, they were foregoing it anyway. Now I can take my money because I don't have the disposable income extra on top of that to pay for private school. Now I could send them there. I don't want to send them to public school anyway. You know what I mean?
Okay, but how do you determine who is fit to move forward then?
Well, in order to go to private school,
When you go
gotta take
to
a test.
private school, they
You gotta
have
take an
they've
entry-
have
entry
relationships
exam.
with a lot of universities, and if
right,
your,
no,
your,
but
your
that-
GPA is good
that's-
enough, you'll get in.
The test is to get in,
Yes, entry exam.
but to leave, to advance from level to
So
level.
you saying the standardized testing is for college entry exams?
No, I think that it is a preface of how you have done up to this point.
It's
I
a-
think
But no one's getting left back over.
I think
like
these-
no one's
you
nobody's
gotta-
getting left back anymore.
Nobody.
It's
All
kind
right,
of like
you
a
got
progress
First
report,
of all,
like a
I feel
progress
like
report.
you got a good GPA.
Yeah,
You get your kid a good SAT prep course.
yeah.
You score well on the
So,
shit, you'll do
It's
well
all
in the
about
prep.
So,
funding.
but wait, no,
It's
wait,
all
but
about
you don't need
funding.
the
But
standardized
wait,
I
testing.
so you're
I saw
hold on.
me
You're
to the-
okay.
you
I'm
know.
just saying you're okay with. So then why be okay with the SAT? It's the same thing.
Well, it was
SAT
standardized testing in certain spots. It was certain things that
Bro, we all had to take them. You never take.
know, but we accepted it in certain
So
spots.
wait,
We understood that we
I'm
took
not.
Regents.
Can
You've
I
all
ask, can I ask the
taken them.
question?
Go ahead.
The standardized testing is for college, for you to get in college. I'm asking because I'm not sure. I didn't know.
I feel like the standardized test that he's talking about is like a progress report to show that the teachers in the school are doing their jobs properly.
That's what I thought it was for. But he's saying that
No,
to get in college, to get a good grade on that, you can get in college.
No,
mixing the
well,
two.
so the SATs were
to go to college.
for college.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Well, let me ask you a question. How many kids have done shit for 12 years and scored majorly on their SATs.
I
don't know.
I don't know.
And they probably got into college still. Anyway.
But it doesn't go like that. No kid has done shit for 12 years and then scored majorly on the SATs. It doesn't go like that. Everybody has.
So why you say it then?
Because you brought up SATs. What I was saying is said you're okay with SAT, which is a standardized test, but you're not okay with the Regents exam in 8th grade and so on. Well, a state test in 4th grade and a state test in.
I didn't say me. I'm saying what I think people are going to do with this whole new situation.
I think people are going to be in their basements. I think it's going to be
because
I think it's going to be daycare. I think it's going to be grown kid daycare where people are going to be able to save their mones, send their kids somewhere during the fucking day, be in somebody's fucking basement.
I think so because there's a lot of parents. There's a lot of parents who don't take education seriously.
Exactly. No.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then we're gonna get
all right.
As long as that kid can get the fuck out the house and do something else besides bother them,
just so that we can wrap it up.
The fuck out the house.
Go around. Let me just give our final.
Let me just say one thing.
Go ahead. You start, Ron.
Cool is in a district where the white demographic has moved out, and they sent their kids because they have the money. But think about other white communities that are more of a working class, where they don't have the disposable income to pay for additional tuition.
Right, which is what I was saying.
But they don't want to send it. They have to because we're working class people. We don't have an extra $10,000 a year to send my kid to a private public school. I mean, private school, private high school.
Yeah.
Those are going to be the people, right? And you're like, I believe in like your
they're going to be laborers.
Like I would say like a working class neighborhood, like a Franklin Square, right? You probably got people got some bread, but they're like hardworking white people,
right?
You understand what I'm saying?
They're going to be our laborers, and the people that can take
because you say that like you say that like where I'm from is Hempstead, where believe you me, the house median is extremely high on the whole entire.
Pop your collar, nigga.
No, did you hear what I just said?
No, I heard what you said, but you said it like with the white moved out, as if the working class, the people who have moved in, may be people of color, but the economic.
Because what it sounds like to me,
let me explain.
What it sounds like to me, what you're saying is that it's still.
And why you say Hempstead? Like, why would you say that?
Because Hempstead is terrible.
But like, yo, I live in Hempstead, right? But you're gonna say that, like, I was saying the fact that,
bro, don't take it personal. What I'm saying
said
is
it to be personal. That's why.
No, because guess what? When I said what I said, I had.
You didn't understand what I said, bro.
No, my nigga, I didn't think of you. I didn't think of you for 0.2 seconds when I said what I said. What I was saying is,
all right.
No, first of all, my nigga, your kids don't even attend it. First of all, your school district is in there.
It don't matter.
You're not even from the school district. What I'm talking about,
my nigga, like, why would you try to?
You threw the shot at me. You threw the shot.
I threw no shots at you.
You threw the shot. You said I'm from a place where the white people. Well,
is that not the case?
Because what I was saying,
what I'm saying is
the truth.
What I'm saying is,
listen, what I was saying.
What I'm saying,
no. Let him talk.
The people who have moved into my neighborhood are still paying a particular high price.
All right.
So my point is, don't make it seem like
you live in a better part of Hempstead. You don't live in
it. Don't matter.
I wasn't. Listen,
he threw the shot. It's fine.
No, honestly, my nigga, I wasn't even thinking. Listen, don't flatter yourself. I wasn't even thinking about you when I said what it was that I said.
You gonna keep going?
Yeah, don't flatter yourself. That's what I said.
My nigga, come on, man.
What I'm telling you is, you said to me as if the place that I'm in, as if it became low class and white people just left.
No, it's a white school district, and black people will gladly send their kids to a white public school district.
Right, but
gladly they will do it. White people,
we shared, homie. We shared, homie.
When they see,
shared, homie.
Stop now. You can stop now. When white people see black people move into their district, they leave, right?
Yeah.
Black people are fine if their kid is in a white district.
Yeah.
They think it's better.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And I ain't say nothing about the black people. I'm talking about the white people that moved out.
Okay.
But he's taking it as a shot, like I said. like the neighborhood is changing or whatever,
Have
like
the
that.
conversation.
No,
Just
because
have the
what?
conversation.
All right,
It don't gotta
so
be-
what you initially said made it to me. I took it as you were saying that what he's going to do is still going to structure white people at the top.
Yeah, that's why I said things are going to remain the same.
But I don't see things remaining the same because if it means that district public schools have to compete with each other for funding.
You heard what I
Because
said. What I said before is this.
because
What
now
I said before is this. You
My
hear
nigga,
what
your,
he said?
your,
Hey,
kid,
all
your
right,
kids
hold
don't
on.
go here. I
No,
never
no.
I never factored you.
It don't
never-
even matter.
I never
Don't-
factored
Cole,
you.
You can stop. You can stop.
My
Either
nigga,
way.
stop talking to me like that, bro.
Nigga, you already talked to me a certain way. So that's it.
I wasn't even factoring you.
Yeah, my nigga. All right, so all right. I live in Hempstead, right?
yes.
My taxes can't afford to pay certain private schools tuition.
That's not even
right?
it's not even your
I'm
district.
not talking to you,
it's
bro.
It's not your district.
All right,
I'm not even talking to you,
wait,
bro.
all
I'm talking to
All right,
Holly, bro.
wait. Let him sit.
Yeah.
So wait. So
What I'm trying to say is that
where
when you live
your
in a
school
better
district-
neighborhood, you pay more in school taxes, right? So
Right.
you could afford to pay for for a better private school. And
I
this is
don't
what
know
I'm trying
that,
to say.
No, but what I'm trying to say is that what's
So
going to happen
if Core, when he lives in Lakeview, I'm gonna put him with the white people. He pays more in taxes, so he could, if he wanted to send his kid to a private school, he could.
Right.
All I'm saying is that black people, when they're in a white district, they're cool with that.
Yeah.
White people, when they see black people moving into their district, they want to
They
move
leave.
out.
They
They want to leave.
But where else?
That's what's happening
So-
in Malvern, though. Like
But
white
this
people
is my
leaving
question.
Malvern.
But see, this is my question. This is where
Maybe I said something wrong. Let him say it, 'cause he works there. He lives there.
This is
I don't
where
think
He works there. He lives there. Let him
This is
let
where
him
When I
answer
went
the
to
question.
Malvern,
this-
it
you
was
told
like
you told me to stop
it
talking.
was like
I'm
it was
stopping.
like oh, come on.
all right. But
Yo,
this
but
is
when I
where,
went to Malvern, it was like 40-60.
but this is where it boggles my mind, though. And it's not about the white. Let me think. I'm trying to think. It's not about the white black thing. It's okay. Based on the white black thing, let me start there. Based on the white black thing, say Huntington has a private school or Huntington public school. Does that mean that living in the Malvern district, I could send my kid to Huntington because it's a better school?
No.
Because the taxes that I pay there, once he shuts down the Department of Education, the taxes that I would
No.
pay into the Department of Education, I could send my kid to
No.
a Huntington public school
No.
because that public school is better. And
No.
technically, if you look at the stats,
Mm.
Huntington is up top, like it's top
Not
public
not
school.
yet. I think eventually the public schools are going to morph into private schools.
But that's
the
what I'm
top
saying. But see,
perform-
that's my point.
I feel like
because what it
eventually-
means,
But
what
that's
it
what he's
means
I
is
saying,
think
though.
yeah.
What- yeah, that's what I'm
eventually
saying.
you're
To go where you
you're
That's
going
what
to
I'm
be able
saying.
to use your money.
If you're
It's not
gonna
going to
be-
be right away. Maybe 5 to 10
But
years.
I'm not yeah,
but right
right.
away, everybody's going to have to
But
fend
that's
for
my
themselves.
point. What is
But
this?
eventually, they're going
how
to make
is
it
this-
where, like,
How
yeah.
is him shutting down the Department of Education going to affect it? Is it what is the good and what is the bad? Because what it sounds like to me is that public schools are going to end up becoming privatized
Yes.
because they're going to have to compete.
Well, they are privatized anyway. Because is it like, all right,
No, but
what's
they get government funding based on how good they get government funding. So put it this way: the better district that you're in, the more taxes you pay. Because
So what's a
it's-
charter school? A charter school is that in between anyway, right?
That's exactly what's similar that's going to happen.
So
Because
everything is
when
going
you
to be a
when you
charter
when you
school.
when you go to a charter, your funds get diverted to the charter.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
every school is going to be a charter school. Every school is going to be a charter school.
Okay, but it also so then how does that affect the teachers? Because
That's what I'm asking.
in-
That's what I'm
because
asking.
in any case, if your community, if the community that you live in, your taxes are paid to that public school, that district, how does that affect paying teachers in that district if everything becomes sort of like a
The leadership is going to that school
Because
district.
say-
that leadership is going to be very important.
So say
order to get funding.
in Hempstead. So say in Hempstead, the tax funding goes to Hempstead to pay those teachers, to pay the funding for the school and everything like that. But we all know, unfortunately, not to offend you or anybody else, We know the Hempstead Public School is
I
not the
th-
best public school.
I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to shake out the weak.
So once they shake out the weak,
So
that
what
means
is gonna be segregation
teachers.
again?
That means teachers
Yeah.
lose their jobs. That means principals lose their jobs. That means staff lose their jobs because people are going to take their kids out of the Hempstead district. My thing is, instead of breaking apart the Department of Education, you need to be putting into that. You need to be investing in them.
Nah, you can't.
Because if you invest into those
I got
bad
no more money for
schools,
that shit.
especially New York City, fuck New York, like New York City paid they.
We're talking about Long Island. We haven't even
I get it. I
scratched the
get it.
surface
I
on
get
that.
it. But
That
New York
out
City,
there, I can't
but
even
New York
wrap my
City
head
is going to
around
be
that.
affected by this too,
It's gonna be wild out there.
and all of that shit is going to diminish.
Yeah.
And then the urban areas they're going to be raising a bunch of dumbasses
Yeah.
because the education department over there sucks.
Yeah.
And then they don't pay as much taxes as we do out here.
Yeah.
So what the fuck? Who is
The
it helping?
Parents are going to.
But parents aren't competent.
That's
what about
it's-
parents who were raised in New York City education
you really
that
gonna
don't know what
really
the
have
fuck to do?
fucking really care about
You're
how
gonna
your kid gets to school or what school your kid goes to.
and
It's
again,
really gonna have to fucking matter.
I'm not against. I can't. I'm not gonna say I'm against Trump because I didn't. Again, for the people who didn't vote for Trump,
Right.
they're automatically going to be against this.
Yeah.
But then, but my point is, what is he doing this for? Who is it helping?
That's
And
all
who is
I'm
it?
asking.
Because
I think all the shit that he's doing with the different departments, he feels like there's money being just like not
to being
being
spent in the wrong
utilized,
way.
right? Yeah,
right.
They like
Yeah,
you
but
got- like
I don't wanna get
ultimately
into
a
politics.
teacher every year they get a raise.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
But they
they're
should
good,
though.
bad,
They're
and different.
teachers. They got to
No,
deal with
I get
everybody's
it.
badass kids.
I get it. Like, all right, you talking about like Hempstead. There are teachers that make hundreds of thousands of dollars there. You know what I mean? And it's like, all right, the results are if the results are not there, but you're paying
They
like
still
super
get-
duper
they still get
salary.
their
They,
money.
they
There's a
still get
school
raises
closing
on
in
the same-
Hempstead
you know,
next year, right?
It's
Isn't the middle school closing?
it's crazy. Yeah, there is a middle school. I think it's a middle school. or
Yeah,
elementary
the
school, I
one over
forget.
there by Smith Street.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
one of
that
those.
one.
Yeah,
That one's
yeah.
about to close. Like they're
Yeah.
closing schools
So
all over.
I
Like
get it. I
nigga,
get it.
Roosevelt was state taking over. Like yo,
Right.
I bought my house knowing I'm not sending my kid to that. I'm a free agent. I'm not doing this, so I could buy a house anywhere.
Right.
Like the school district didn't matter to me, and I
Yeah,
felt like I was at an advantage.
See, you were at advantage.
You know what I'm saying? Because I knew I went into that mindset where I had that money put to the side for education. I'm not doing it.
I didn't want
know
to
what I'm saying?
move. I didn't want to move where I moved because I wanted to be somewhere else where I would pay lower taxes and get a bigger house, whatever. I just wanted to be in a different location, regardless. But I moved where I moved because my kids wanted to stay in that district. They wanted to stay in that fucking district. So I get it. So you I feel like you had an advantage. I feel like I was a little more backed into a corner because I was kind of forced to be where my kids wanted to be.
Gotcha.
But again, my point is, like at the end of the day, who's getting fucked up? Because somebody's getting fucked. That's the way government goes. When government makes a law, somebody gets fucked.
Okay, this is what we got to understand too: is that the money is there. The money's already allocated.
Is it though?
Right? It is. Every year, Department of Education gets a certain amount. They get allotted a certain amount of money from the federal government and everything like that.
Okay.
Right.
And
but then in government and shit like that, there's probably a lot of money that just gets mismanaged and stuff like that.
But maybe I'm thinking too deep. But okay, you live in particular areas. You got to pay. Like I said, Huntington. You probably taxes over there is probably crazy because their school district is one of the top school districts in Long Island, period. Or New York. I think New York State in general. I look it up because when I was looking to buy a house, I had to look at school districts. So I was looking at top to bottom. So Huntington is like one of the best.
Taxes?
Huh?
Pay taxes.
How much do I pay in taxes?
No, them.
Oh, them? I don't know, but they live in big ass cribs and mini mansions and shit like that. So you already know their taxes are up there. Their taxes are up there, and they went to the top school. So it's just like once you pull that away, then who's to judge again, when you're in a school district, when you're in the best districts, you pay more taxes. Once he shuts down the Department of Education, how do we know who's the best? What's the best district, and how do we know that we would
Is
still?
the chicken
we would
before
still-
the egg, or is
we
the
would
egg
still-
before the chicken?
Well, I read an article the other day that said the scientists scientists confirmed that the chicken came before the egg.
An omelet.
Because-
for it.
all right. Are they the
'Cause they
best?
had-
Are they
how
the
did
best
the-
districts
how
because
did the
they
egg
pay
form?
the most money? They got the most money
How
in
did the egg
taxes.
form? The chicken
Why
had
the egg?
the chicken had to lay the egg.
Why the chicken form?
The chicken had to lay the egg, huh?
How the chicken
How
get
did the
there?
chicken form?
From an egg.
From another egg, from another chicken, though.
From an egg.
From another chicken. So yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like how in the later years, how do we determine who gets a certain amount of taxes to be able to take those
I
taxes
like
and be
this
able to
shit.
buy
I like this
into
shit because everybody got to go for Delph, and this is where I've been. I've been for Delph.
But see, I get it. That's what I'm saying.
I've been here. It's like welcome.
who is
Like, nigga, we on
who
the
does it
gladiator
hurt?
arena.
Who does it
Everybody
hurt?
going for fucking Delph.
Who
and
does
I
it
want
hurt
to
and
go
who
for
does it
Delph.
help? Because we know in Long Island, we more than likely we gonna be all right. Because we
Yeah.
in Long Island.
Yeah.
School districts ain't that shitty
Ain't
in
the
Long
worst.
Island.
Yeah.
Even though we know Hempstead, Roosevelt,
Mm-hmm.
Wyandanch,
Yeah.
Brentwood, those
Shout
are
out.
terrible school districts,
Yeah.
but
Shout out to our
they're
listeners from
still
there.
better off than PS bullshit
Oof.
out there in Queens and Brooklyn
Them niggas should be in
and Bronx.
cages, nigga. Them niggas,
Right.
It's like a bird
Right.
living that shit.
Right. You got to
Salute.
walk through fucking security and you got to every day is like walking through TSA in schools like that.
But they shit ain't getting shot up neither.
Well, that's true.
That's
That's
a whole nother conversation, right?
Yeah. But
yeah.
yeah.
We're
But
not
still,
gonna go there. We're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there. We're not
but
gonna go there.
my thing is who's to determine like will our taxes go down because now
They're gonna find somewhere else to fucking.
but that's my point. It's like it's
not.
like
It's not.
I don't think
It's
it's about
don't-
going down. It's,
when we-
it's,
when
it's
the
about
better-
having control of your dollars. I think.
yeah, but it's about how to control your dollars. But so it's like, excuse me, again, the taxes you pay into your school district, you get to save now to put your
Gonna be
kid
schoolhouses
to put
again.
your kid in a better in a
It's
better
gonna be
place.
schoolhouses again. It's gonna be a lady with the garage in the
Right,
back.
that's what I'm
and
saying.
you
Like
go to
somebody,
kindergarten
I'll
there.
be
and
able
then
to
you go
build
to
a
first
school in my
grade on the next
backyard.
street, and then you go to second grade in that lady garage in the second. It's gonna be schoolhouses. We're gonna start all of if this stays. Like we only do this for 4 years and then we
Right,
switch
that's
up
true.
again.
That's
So
true.
let's see. But if it stays like this, it's gonna be a hard reset.
And
I
you're
don't know what it
and it's gonna be
becomes,
and it's
but
going to be a lot of 25-year-old grown men and women that don't know how to read.
I ultimately I
that's
feel like
another
I
thing.
feel like
I
it
think we're already
benefits.
there.
It'll benefit other communities more than us.
It'll,
Like I said,
I
that's-
think
another
no.
thing.
I
Yo,
think
there's
I
gonna
think
be a
it'll
little
benefit.
bit of segregation too.
I think it'll benefit.
no,
us.
I think that's the plan. I think
there's
it's a
gonna be
segregation
whole
plan.
communities that's just gonna be taken over by Hispanics.
Right.
And then the blacks are gonna go
Right.
to certain places.
I
Like
think
we're
it's-
gonna see like segregation like voluntarily.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, because you say you think it's going to benefit people more than I think it's going to benefit us more than other people.
Nah.
I think because we're already living a particular lifestyle. We're all living a particular lifestyle. We're all right.
Yo, you.
We talking
I
about
think-
us. When you
I
say
think
us,
I
who you
think
saying
I
by
think
us?
people I think people who are less I think people who are less I don't want to say privileged or who are in a less
Fortunate.
a less fortunate situation than we are in are going to suffer from it, where
Yes.
we're us in this circle are probably going to be a little more okay.
Mhm.
But I think it also still sets a standard for the which are more white.
Yeah, they're gonna be up.
Yeah, they can
Yeah,
separate. They
But I
can
think-
separate
they're gonna be
themselves
up.
now.
Right.
They're gonna be up.
They'll be able to separate themselves, and I think eventually we'll be able to separate ourselves from
Yo, bro,
from-
you really
from lower
like
middle
yo,
class.
black parents are doing better, but I don't think they in the mix of education like
No,
you
they're not.
think
But
they are.
that was my point. That's what I was saying. Like people who grew up in those shitty public schools that didn't take education seriously black people are going to are not going to know what to do with that extra tax money. They're gonna send their kids back to a shitty school. Those schools are gonna diminish, and then they're not gonna have anything else to do. But people like us is what I'm saying, because we're a little more competent. We're a little more on our shit.
Value education.
Are probably gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And value education more than the average black person, unfortunately. But I don't know. But again, my main question was, who is it going to hurt and who is it going to help? And of course, it's going to help white people more than anything.
I think it's going to.
But I just don't see how it makes sense. So like, where does it add up to where it's going to benefit the country in general for him to shut down the Department of Education? We already know our education sucks in comparison to other countries.
Yeah. I think it's going to. I think it's going to help white community. It's going to hurt the minorities. That's how I feel. It's my opinion.
Yeah, that's fine. But that's what I need. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I need you two guys to kiss and make up. Listen, get up, smooch, French.
Let's end the show first.
Rub each other's shoulders.
You guys are good.
All right. Shout out to everyone tuned in on YouTube. Please remember to share so we can get more people to tap to the conversation. How we feel about the Maker's Mark, man?
Maker's Mark got a fighting spirit to it, yeah.
It's got bite. It's a bourbon, right?
Yeah, it's a bourbon.
Bourbon always got that little fucking bite to it. Like,
yeah, get busy.
Ugh.
I like this one.
When you take a sip of it, every time you take a shot, it's like, oh,
yeah.
Remember Martin when they used to be like, yeah, that's how I feel every time I drink a bourbon.
Get the job done.
We got a 45 ABV, 90 proof, 40 some dollars, $40 for a liter.
$45, yeah.
$45 for a liter.
That's with tax.
Maker's Mark. If you haven't had it, I think a lot of people have had this already.
I think everybody's seen that.
Yeah, you definitely seen the bottle. You probably had it before. Pick it up at your local wine and spirits. Let us know what you think about Maker's Mark. You know what? As far as like a go-to, as far as like I would say like a lot of people go with like a Jack, a Maker's Mark, a Jameson.
Yes, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I guess it's based on the preference because you got an American, Irish.
If I had to like poll everybody that I know that drinks whiskey, what I have preference in the go-to, and I see it every time, and I can never bring it here, is a Gentleman Jack. I got like 5 people. When they come to my house, all they drink is Gentleman Jack.
Gentleman Jack?
Yeah.
Gentleman Jack. Like Gentleman Jack is a lot of people's preference.
Really?
I don't feel like I could bring it around though.
Why?
I feel like it's too weak. But next week is on you. Following week is on me. I'm gonna bring a Gentleman Jack.
Yeah. Okay. I know there's a particular drink that people get with Maker's Mark. I just can't. I'm trying to look for it, but I can't.
It's like a maker. Yeah, I think it's like a neat. I don't know. Yeah, I've heard of it, but
yeah. I feel like this has your traditional bourbon. Characteristics.
Where would you stack this up like to like a Jack?
I think I like this better than I like the bourbons.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
A little bit sweeter. Yeah. So I get my little sugar kick.
Right.
But I think Jack is like an American whiskey.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's around there.
Okay.
It's around there. Yeah, I mean they're similar. I feel like. But yeah, Maker's Mark, man. Pick it up. One of the staples. I think you should definitely have this at your bar.
Absolutely.
I think I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like somebody that's a new bourbon drinker, you could drink some of this or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you drink a little slow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So it got me into bourbon. Like having this on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it got me kind of like, all right, yeah, I could do this at home.
Cool. You want to tell people where they can find you? Or you?
CoolUniversity.com, baby.
All right, Holly.
ITZHOLLE on social media platforms. You could also follow Father's Day Pod on all social media platforms. That includes TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. We are coming back. Check out the content that I'm putting out there. I want people to be part of the discussion. We're all parents, and we just had a big ass debate on school. So I know, on education and shit for our kids. So it's like, I like the parent talk because honestly, that's most of my life. So I can't even lie about
more
that.
passionate about.
Yeah, definitely been passionate about being
All right,
a dad.
so
But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for bringing me here.
Always.
anytime, man.
Right now,
Anytime.
until I can get Corey Cool and Depp on board, I'm putting them on blast right now until I can get our schedules together. We get back into the podcast game. I am a free agent, so I'm here. I'm here when y'all need me.
See you next week, nigga.
All right. If you don't follow us on IG,
Go.
please do at Cigars Whiskey. That's Cigars with an S. Whiskey. Also subscribe to the YouTube channel, Cigars the Ensign Whiskey Podcast. Cigars the Ensign Whiskey Podcast. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Also hit the bell for notifications so you know when we have new content. All right. And with that, we want to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Cigars and Whiskey Podcast. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Yeah, baby.
Peace.